Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the 2023-24 NBA season is officially underway. We're about to get it cracking today. Today marks a long season. I can't wait to hear everybody's championship predictions. We're going to get into that. Everybody's going to tell us who they think is going to be in the finals from the West and the East. Then we're going to get the winner in how many games. We also got a draft today. Team Dub versus Team Fluent. Yes, we got a big event coming up, and we'll get to see those teams, and I'll break down the whole event to you guys and all of that good stuff. Speaking of which,
she kept me cheating. I will never tell the story.
all right, we know what type time Dub's on. What's good with you, Mars? How you feeling today?
Yo, why don't you ever tell me when you putting me up here, bro?
All right, cool.
Vibing up the future, I feel it.
That's crazy.
Dub got the towel around him like he just finished, like he in the corner. He just finished a round of boxing or something. Check you
Hey,
out,
before we go any further, can we talk about my Niners last night looking real whack on offense?
Frauds.
Can we get on my Niners looking real whack? Our defense has to stand on our head. Have to stand on their head. Now, in Brock Purdy's defense, real quick, we ain't gonna do this long, Ron, but real quick.
You good. Let's go.
Real quick. This is Brock Purdy's first year as a full-time starter. All right. This is his first season as a full-time starter. He's still learning, so there's gonna be some growing pains. I wasn't up here saying that the 49ers is gonna win 16 games or 15 games. I still got us winning 13 games. I'm watching Kirk Cousins last night, and I'm thinking to myself, has Kirk Cousins, do I remember Kirk Cousins ever being this good? I think he was 8 for 8 on throws past 20 yards. I remember Kirk Cousins. I know Kirk Cousins as the guy on primetime in particular to when he makes a mistake, go to pieces. That's who Kirk Cousins is. But that offense last night, they just looked like a well-oiled machine. They looked really good. I thought Brock Purdy was throwing the spots more than he was throwing two guys. That's one of the main reasons why I think that we had a lot of turnovers. They did a real good job in that what they run defense because McCaffrey couldn't really get much. He couldn't get much. They had 7-8 guys in the box and a lot of single coverage on the edge. Purdy's got to be better. Purdy has to be better. And next week we have Cincinnati. I think we can handle them. I do. I think we can handle them.
I'm just upset at everyone telling me that the 49ers are the team to beat and they had back-to-back terrible losses and they still think that they're the team to beat.
We still are. We still are. Contrary to what you might think. We still are. Yes, we are.
You're just lying now, bro. How is a team that just actually faced a contending team in the Miami Dolphins and actually served them? How are they not the team to beat, especially the team that just made it to the Super Bowl? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
you're making this about the Eagles.
Well, yeah, Eagles fan, and they beat us on a technicality. I mean, Brock got hurt. I think we serve y'all if Brock don't get hurt.
Yeah, that first drive was looking shaky for y'all, especially the way we was pressuring. And if Brock Purdy can't handle the pressure against the Vikings, what do you think is going to happen against Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter's and Hassan Reddick? And
I think it's going to be different late in this. Well, don't we play
Carter play for Eagles?
Yeah, we play us in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think we play y'all in 2 weeks. So
Jalen be here talking about basketball, then he go and sing to hoes off the show, and then he go play for Eagles.
Who?
Jalen Carter.
Oh yeah.
Hey, just Jalen a bad motherfucker.
So we gonna find out. We'll see y'all in a couple of weeks though. But I'm still standing with my boys. We win. I think we win 13. I had us winning 13 games before the season started, and I'm still standing on that. I didn't think that we was gonna go 15-2 or no nonsense like that, but I did think that we beat Minnesota. And Kirk Cousins gave us opportunities, plenty of opportunities, and I don't think we capitalized on them.
You know,
he tried to give y'all the touchdown.
Yes, he did.
He did. I'm like, here goes Kirk Cousins doing Kirk Cousins things. He threw it right to him, but
he gave us facts. He gave us opportunities. Yes, he did.
The funny thing is, literally before the show ended yesterday, I was saying that the Vikings was going to beat the 49ers and that Kirk Cousins was going to ball out.
And he did too, Dub, because I ain't never seen him throw. To be honest with you, I ain't going to say never, but I just don't remember him being that good. I remember him being good, but I don't remember him being that good. I mean, like, he looked poised in the pocket. He was picking guys off. I'm thinking to myself, is Kirk Cousins this good or is my secondary not as good as I think it is?
Secondary is not as good as everyone thinks it is. Y'all been benefiting from going against teams that really can't attack y'all in that way. The three teams in which y'all faced that could have done that, the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Rams. The Rams actually was torching that secondary. They just couldn't do nothing in the red zone. The Cowboys was just being the Cowboys. And then this team, right? Yeah, and then this team just served y'all. So y'all secondary is in question. So that's something that just gets under the limelight because of that's why I think there has to be racism in the league, because the fact that the 49ers sit here doesn't get any penalties for what they do, but the Eagles.
The hell of race has to do with any of that though, dog. What the hell?
Nick Bosa, Brock Purdy, CMC, bro. They're fanboys off of all of them, bro. I just don't understand that. Mind you, the Philadelphia Eagles dominates the same week schedule last season, but we get called frauds. But the 49ers doesn't. It just doesn't make sense to me. Well, it just doesn't make sense.
We got some time to clean it up, though. I do know that. We got some time to clean it up. So,
Dub, are you saying the Niners are frauds? That's basically what it sounds like.
My thing is keep the same energy. If you were calling the Eagles frauds last season for having a weak schedule, call them frauds too for having just as much of a weak schedule and performing worse against that weak schedule. It doesn't make sense.
The strength of schedule logic doesn't really work with me whenever I hear strength of schedule, because the Philadelphia 76ers, the Eagles won the Super Bowl in what, 19?
2017 with a weak schedule.
They had the 26th ranked schedule in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a break. We play who in front of us.
Yeah, people don't like that though.
Give me a break. I don't listen to that. That's nonsense. I don't listen to that at all.
You're a good 49ers fan, so I'm not too tripping.
I don't listen to that at all.
Yeah, it's not like everyone else.
Cool. Well, yeah, man. Hopefully y'all get it together, chill. Because
no, we will. Yes, we will.
Cool, man. How we feeling today, fellas? Damo, what's up with you?
Where's the person I'm supposed to be drafting with, bro? I got some things to do, bro.
He'll be here at 8:15. He said he's arriving fashionably late to win the draft.
Oh my god,
that's hilarious.
What's good with you though, Damo? How you feeling today?
I'm cool, bro. I'm chilling. I'm good. Still recovering from getting robbed. I'm hearing y'all talking football, and I just realized I just don't care no more. The NBA season is here. My guy Dom 2K said it the best, man. Hey, all the football world has been a fun ride. I check off. The basketball season is here. I got more important things to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to the Dolphins. Hope we make it. But hey, man, unless y'all playing prime time, I got other things to watch, man. Got to get these Magic games. Magic, Detroit, all the teams nobody wants to watch. I got y'all. I got to keep y'all updated.
Bet that, but hold on, no. Z and ZZ, what's good with you, man? How you feeling today?
I will be watching Paolo and Cade with you, Damo. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody should, man. It's a fun ride.
I'm good.
And I will be tuning into more Detroit and San Antonio games this season, Mars. I will do that. It was a hard watch last season. I won't lie and say that, I was watching them because I couldn't do it. It was like bad food. I was trying to scarf it down, Mars, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it, yo. I couldn't.
Yo, Damo and Chill, you guys was talking about something though before we fired it up.
Mm-hmm.
What were you guys alluding to? Something with the New York Knicks?
Oh yeah. So that report came out yesterday. I was just asking Chill, did he have any validity to it? Which was essentially just the Knicks were willing to reportedly offer whatever it was, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, I think a pick, and who else? That might have been it.
That was it. Mm-hmm.
And when I first heard it, I'm like, if I'm the Sixers, I feel like that's a wonderful trade. But the Knicks, it felt like in the moment they're giving up too much. But then when you look at the Knicks roster post that trade, kind of works perfect for him.
It really ain't that bad. It's really not that bad. It's not that bad at all. And don't get me wrong, I feel like Jalen Brunson is a ball dominant guard, but he wouldn't be that ball dominant playing with Joel Embiid. He'd have to get off the field and be more of a playmaker and a distributor playing with Joel Embiid, especially in transition. As much as I like R.J. Barrett, he can't hold up the trade to get a league MVP, who was second in league MVP votes 2 straight years previous to that. As much as we talk about Joel Embiid from his mishaps in the playoffs, he's been dominant in the regular season. And I think that Tibbs would use him differently on defense. I think he would get more out of him defensively. I think that would be the difference with the Knicks. I I don't think it's a bad deal. I don't think it's a bad deal at all. I think it works for both teams. Plus, like I told you before, Damo, if you're moving off Joel Embiid, Philly is essentially telling everybody the process is over. The process has failed because he's the only one left from the original process. So if we're moving off of Joel Embiid, that means that the process has failed and we're starting over. Now, and we're going to bide our time with RJ Barrett and Maxey, who I'm not sure how that dynamic is going to work because I feel like RJ Barrett is a scoring wing and Maxey would have to be more of a distributor. I want to give him the basketball because I think that he can do it, but I also want him to play. I would want RJ Barrett to play off of him. I don't want the same problem that I had in New York with Brunson not being much of a distributor with Maxey. I don't want that same problem. So I do think that the trade works.
Mm-hmm. How does everybody else feel about it?
My bad. I'm gambling like, right now.
Joel Embiid in the Big Apple.
I think
hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. Really?
Hold up. Talk to us, Easy. Talk to us, Easy.
I mean, you got to think like somebody. This is just the fan in me looking at it, but it's like somebody of Joel Embiid's troll caliber, matched with the fact that he led the league in scoring back-to-back years. In the Big Apple, I mean, he was doing all that in Philadelphia of all places, and we know how Philly fans are, so he can adapt to a New York crowd. It's just about the right pieces around him. Damo, who else was supposed to be in that trade? Did you say
it was Robinson?
It was Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and RJ Barrett. So post that trade, the roster would be Jalen Brunson, Embiid. It would be Dante DiVincenzo. It would be Isaiah Hartenstein, Emmanuel Quickley, Jericho Sims. It'll be Josh Hart. And it'll be Quentin Grimes. Oh, Evan Fournier was another person that was in that trade. But
that's a money
Grimes
move.
Would be left.
That's a money move right there with Evan Fournier. They're just trying to get his money off the books.
Looking at it post, it's not that, but you got to be hating to be like that's just a horrible deal.
Because you got to think like, I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm just saying you got to think like Brunson and Randall. That was a duo that I was like kind of having question marks with going into the postseason last year because I was like, I feel like Brunson gonna do his thing consistently. But the problem is Julius Randle. Now, you mean to tell me if you upgrade that to Joel Embiid, Brunson's still going to be able to cook and distribute? Yeah, I think that could work. Josh Hart, Mitch Robinson, you still get to keep Josh Hart with his defense and Mitch with his interior presence matched with Joel Embiid's interior.
They're coming off Mitch.
Oh, they're coming off Mitch. So, I mean, the rest of the guys I think could be – I mean, the only question mark that I'll have is if Tibbs is going to be there for much longer, if he can really work with that unit because – Tibbs and his coaching abilities over the last few years have been question marks for me, but I think it could still work. I think that's a playoff team to me. Go ahead, Domino.
No, I was just saying, in all actuality, I mean, the roster is still pretty solid. This is about guys being good role players, which I feel like these guys can be. I heard a lot of Knicks fans excited about Quentin Grimes. That sounds like a name people want to give more responsibility to. I feel like Emmanuel Quickley deserves a little more responsibility, which he would get that in this type of a deal. With those guys leaving, those guys will have a chance to actually produce, play, and show their worth. I've heard Knicks fans talking about them and making noise for these guys. Let's give them some work. Dante DiVincenzo is still there. And I think Jalen Brunson and Joel Embiid, that's a pretty solid 1-2 punch in the East.
Yeah. Dog, why do you not like this trade? What's your problem with this trade, dog?
Oh, just Joel Embiid being one cursed to be in the Sixers and then cursed to being on the New York Knicks. It's just something that I just don't like to see. It just seems as if, especially in basketball, those two franchises have nothing but bad things go for them. So I am a Joel Embiid fan. I actually want to see him succeed. I have so many things that I would love to say about him if he just gives me some evidence to work with. But I can't do it. So him going on the Knicks, I mean, good luck, bro. I mean, they're just gonna tear him down because he's not gonna live up or do the things that he really needs to do, and just tear him down even further than what they're doing in Philly, right? So I just don't want to see it. I like Joel Embiid as a player, and I just want him in a scenario where this is good towards him. I'd rather have him in Miami than over there, bro. I promise you.
You don't think if he goes to New York and then hypothetically, D-Mitch is just like, I hate it in Cleveland. I want to go home. Now you got Brunson, Embiid, and D-Mitch. That doesn't sound enticing. That doesn't sound like it's worth a shot.
If that happens, sure. I'm not banking on that to happen, though.
Why, though? They got Brunson on the cheap. That contract look real good right now. Number one. Number two, to get Donovan Mitchell, who wanted to go to the Knicks from the beginning, which I'm still trying to figure out why the hell he would want to leave Cleveland with what they building up there. I understand the logic that you want to go home, but we already saw what happened with Kawhi Leonard wanting to go home. We saw how that thing worked out. That just didn't work out too well. But I understand if you want to go home, to put him on a crew with Donovan Mitchell and now with Joel Embiid, for a little bit of money too, by the way, with Brunson, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. And the idea that him going over to the Knicks is much different. Philadelphia is an hour and a half from New York City. It's basically, if last I checked, I don't know if you know this, but when Wilt Chamberlain played for the 76ers, he lived in New York City, just so you guys know. So it's right there. It ain't that far away. Same thing with what's the guy's name that works for ESPN? I'm thinking with the Duke sharpshooter.
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick. When he played for Brooklyn, he lived in Philadelphia. Oh, I'm sorry. When he played in Philadelphia, he lived in Brooklyn. So, I mean, it's essentially the same. It's right there. It's not like it's that much further than and a guy like Joel Embiid, who finished second in league MVP 2 years in a row and then won the league MVP last year. He might be the most hated league MVP that I've seen in league history. True. It's not like they gave it to him and fine here. Like he hasn't been playing at that level for the last 3 years.
It's more like I look at it as like I said it when they gave it to him. I was like, they just said here, nigga, damn, like here. That's exactly
which is crazy to me. Like, I mean, the dude led the league in scoring. Shaq, the last dude to do that 20 years ago. Damn, he averaged 33 a game.
See, but do you remember when Joel Embiid? What was he? He wasn't an all-star starter this year, was he? What was this? And then he got mad and he was talking in the media and he was like, "People don't like the fact that I troll, but I'm gonna still be myself." I was like, I give him mad respect for that because he's just not. He's like, I'm not gonna change who I am just because y'all don't like me as much as y'all like Nikola Jokic or Anthony Davis or whoever. Right. But I agree with you on that point. I think the media at one point last season wasn't even jocking Joel Embiid. And then when Kendrick Perkins said it, what he said on First Take, then everybody was like, oh, and then you see Joel
that's really what
come out.
That's what
go
shifted
stupid.
it all.
It shifted it right there. I was like, all right, cool. Now the media loves Joel. Right. And then they're looking at him and saying, okay, well, the Nuggets have fallen off. They didn't really fall off that much. They were still, at the top of the conference. So it's just interesting to see how the media can shift off of one take. But that's how they are on Joel,
Yeah, the Joel shift. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was actually playing phenomenal towards the end of the season too. But at the same time, like the fact that it shifted so dramatically as soon as Kendrick Perkins says something, that's weird as hell. Like that's crazy to me, because it did a complete 180 between Jokic and Embiid. That's why people have that logic, because it really seems as if Kendrick Perkins is the reason he got that MVP.
Which still makes me crazy because. Like, why would you say something like that? I'm just trying to make sense of why he would say, why would you make this about race? Because it's not like we got dudes in the league that look like Joel Embiid that can't play. Okay, we're gonna give it to Joker because he's white. Well, wait a minute. I mean, we completely erasing the fact that this dude is a baller and he's better than 99% of the guys in the league.
Yeah, dude, borderline averaging a triple double. You complaining about him getting an MVP is crazy to me. It just didn't make sense. It made no sense completely, and it's just like when things are just never mind. No,
let's get into this, Dub. Dub, let's get into this. And the reason why I want to get into this is because the reason why, and I'm on record for saying this, and I'll say it one more time. The reason why it wasn't because he was white. The reason why Joker didn't win this league MVP. Because that's the third in a row. They win the NBA championship. He wins the finals MVP. Now we got to start having a different conversation. And the media, people are not prepared to do that right now. Because guess what happens, Mars? Now we got to start talking about Joker and Bird.
So it's not racial fatigue, it's voters fatigue.
I won't even say voters fatigue. And the reason why I don't say that voters fatigue logic doesn't work with me. And it's never worked with me. And the reason why is because Joel Embiid, again, it's not like, or Joker, it's not like he's finishing 8th, 9th, or 10th. He's finishing 2nd and 3rd. So people still voting for him. So it's not like the votes are far and few between. No, he's still at the top of the league in votes. I believe that I believe that the masses were not prepared to have that conversation. They just weren't.
No, I don't think that, because they shifted their voting before, like the voting started shifting before like the chip like happened, right? So they gave that, in my opinion, it's not about them being afraid to have these conversations with Jokic, because a lot of people love having these conversations. A lot of these people love comparing the old generation to the new generation and things like that. They're open for that. So a lot of people. Not the older people, but honestly though, I think they were open to these discussions if he won. I guarantee you, if Jokic does the same thing which he did last year, he'll get an MVP. 24-9 and 12, he'll get an MVP.
Well, how about this, Dub? And I think I asked you this yesterday. No, I don't know if I asked you this yesterday. What happens if Joker wins the league MVP this year? That's 3 times in 4 years, and they win the NBA championship.
Oh yeah, he's better than Bird.
We gotta have now. We talking about something different.
He's better than Bird, man.
Now we talking about something different. We having a different conversation now.
But people are open for that though.
Yeah,
no, they're not. Dub, you think they are? I'm telling you, Dub. You think they are? They are not.
It's marketing.
I'm telling you,
people don't know. People don't know what they want until it's right in front of them, right? So they'll be open to it as soon as it happens. I promise you. I promise.
People hate change, dog. You put change in front of people, and now you gotta start talking about Joker as a top 10 player all time.
This is what's gonna happen.
It's wait a minute, no, he hasn't been around long enough, and he
see. And you're right. You know what? You're right, and you're the example with that with Stephen Curry, because he's definitely better than Magic Johnson. But you just say that, and you want to call him a shooting guard instead of a point guard. So you are. Off of that, you're right. The old heads just don't want to change. Chat, he's cooked, man. He's cooked right there.
He is. Well, first and foremost, no Steph.
See Dub came with the smoke for the old heads.
Oh, absolutely, he did, and I got it. I got it too. I got it too. Hold on, let me get this smoke out of my face. But since you brought that up, Dub, in the words of Magic Johnson, until you do what I did, then you can't talk to me. So the idea that he better than Magic, no, I'm good. No, I'm straight.
But what if he does something different, but so much like more? I mean, I don't want to say more impactful, but just equally as dominant, I would say, in what he's changing. They both changed the game in different ways. And you can, I mean, I don't know how hard it is to say who did it more dominantly, but they're both extremely dominant. So maybe it's not a do as I do, but he as dominant as I've been. Like, I don't know. Shaq isn't the same as Wilt Chamberlain, but he views himself as a guy that I'm as dominant or want to be as dominant as him in my own way.
I really wanted him to pass Chamberlain, to be honest with you. I did. I wanted him to pass Chamberlain in points because I know I would have never heard the end of that. Never. If he would have passed, because he said it to me 1,000 times. When I pass Chamberlain, you gonna shut up. You. Anybody out here, I don't care about nobody else, but you are gonna shut up. You. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
The part I don't understand is what Damo was saying right there. They're dominating things in different ways. And Magic Johnson, even though Steph doesn't do what Magic has done, there's things that Steph has done that Magic couldn't have done as well, right?
Correct.
And when we have these conversations, for example, like Michael Jordan and LeBron James, they both dominated the league differently. But at the end of the day, I mean, does LeBron have as many All-NBA defensive or scoring titles like MJ? Right. No, but you think he's the GOAT. Why? Because the way that he impacted and changed the game, the way and his skill set provided, right? It's the same thing with Stephen Curry. Does he have as many, you could say, assist titles or things like that? No, but he's dominated and changed the league. You could say on par, if not more, than Magic Johnson, right? These threes going up. You got kids in the gym saying, "Oh, I'm gonna pull up this half-court shot." Like that's a Curry like revolution that he started, right? So if we're gonna sit here and talk about these guys as players, they don't have to do the same thing as each other, but they overall impacted the game on a close enough level to where it's like, you know what, Steph, you really got it over this dude, bro. I don't see nobody doing with it. I don't see nobody trying to copy
which is fair, dog. But me and you've had this conversation before. So when you're talking about Steph Curry, well, he did revolutionize the game. I feel like he elevated it more because they was doing this before he did it. He just took it to another level.
Oh, no.
Absolutely. 100%. We you and me had this conversation already, Doug. We seen the 8 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. So they was doing this already, shooting the long ball. What Steph Curry and Klay Thompson did was they took it to another level. Yo, before Magic showed up, ain't nobody 6'9" at the lead guard. Nobody is there.
That's
At the
seven-
lead guard at 6'9", doing what he does with the showmanship, the ability to distribute, the ability to speed the game up.
So
To now make it
exist?
Elgin Baylor? You mean
Yeah.
Elgin Baylor at 6'5", who played the forward spot, who
He was
wasn't
the
nearly
forward-
the distributor, who wasn't nearly
He
the
was the
distributor?
forward spot who would bring the ball up for his crew.
Last Jerry West was the primary ball handler on that crew. Chill out, yo. Let's chill
Well,
out.
he
with
could
that
do
right
he
there.
could do that
But
as
even-
well. He was kind of like a demigod, you know.
Even if he was a guy like Magic, who had 6'9", there wasn't anything like that before him. He birthed all of these other guys. Don't get me wrong. What Steph Curry and Klay Thompson did, they elevated what was already going on, and now what they did was they made this how basketball should be played. Irv did that 40 years ago, where now this is the future of the lead guard. This is what the lead guard is going to look like in the next. In the future, this is what the lead guard is going to be.
The 7 seconds and less offense didn't birth anything, because at the end of the day, people weren't trying to. They were trying to, but at the end of the day, winning is a big component in everything, and it being a copycat league. So they couldn't really change the league the way the Golden State Warriors were changing the league. Now, you could say they maybe show glimpses of it, sure, but at the end of the day, what the Golden State Warriors were doing, even before, like what Steph was doing, he was breaking records even before Steve Kerr. But as soon as Steve Kerr got in that unit, and then they implemented, even though small ball lineups were coming to a big thing because of LeBron James, they enhanced that to a level where, like, nah, we have a Draymond Green here, where we sit here and need to have small ball guys because they be having a death lineup. On top of that, you have guys like Steph and Klay sitting here putting up, like, what? Mars, how much, like 40 threes or like 30, 35 threes in a game? That's something we've never seen.
Right.
We've never seen that, even in that 7 seconds or less offense, right?
Exactly.
They were doing things that were never seen before in the league. The Houston Rockets copied them. Talk about birthing people, having guys like Dame and Trae Young model their game after Curry. This man birthed people as well. Jordan Poole too. Jordan Poole is a byproduct of Stephen Curry. This man is birthing people as well. The same talking points you're using about Magic Johnson is the same ones you could talk about Stephen Curry and how they changed the game so dramatically. Well, let's see how many threes that they taking up right now.
You never seen anybody hoop like Jordan Poole before, Doug? You never seen anybody play ball like the way Jordan Poole plays ball?
Not shot
You
chopping
ever
like
seen?
that.
You ever seen a
No,
toddler
that's
just
the-
walk
that's
into
the
the
next
gym?
Okay. What about
Oh,
what
so-
about as far as the small ball lineups though? Wasn't Amari and Sean Marion? That was a small ball.
We could
lineup,
finish this, but Tone is here, so
right?
That was a small ball line.
Is that Fluent?
yeah, we could finish. I definitely want to finish this though, Dub.
Yeah,
Because
the league started taking 33s within the next 5 years in 2019. That's insane to me.
Right.
That's insane.
And with that being said, though, the tag was on the Phoenix Suns. You can't win with a jump shooting team, because that's who the Phoenix Suns were. They were a jump shooting team, shooting the long ball, shooting in transition. That's who they were. Then Steph Curry and Klay Thompson come along, and now they start doing the same thing, except they doing it more and better. And now they're winning. Oh, wait a minute. You can win with a jump shooting team. You actually can win the NBA championship. That doesn't mean that they started it. This was already going on before they showed up.
Well, if we're gonna be honest and be nitpicky,
Nonsense.
we're gonna be nitpicky about a lot of
You
things.
win with the jump shooting team when you have an elite defender bringing up the ball and facilitating another defender who does nothing but defend. Come on, they weren't just a jump shooting team. Stop it. I gotta go. Let's get this over with.
All right. For those of you who don't know, which I don't think anybody knows because we haven't made an announcement yet. This Saturday, we have an event.
Let me see who I'm picking.
We will be doing 2 teams against each other. It will be Team Dub and it will be Team Fluent. And right now, we will be drafting the panelists that each of these guys will have. As you see on the screen, we'll be doing another King of the Court. So, obviously, like I said, this Saturday, we're going to let these guys draft. They got a pool of guys that they can choose from, obviously Players' Choice panelists, and we're going to make it happen this Saturday. As of right now, Dub, the first pick is on you. Who are you selecting?
Let me see who we have.
Yeah, Dub, who are you selecting?
Is the chat voting at all?
Dub, you are in the green room. You don't get the fans.
Yeah,
you don't get the fans for you to pick. What are you talking about?
I
Dub,
need
you
to
want-
He wants to know if the
No,
chat's
no,
voting, so he
He
knows if
needs
he's
to know,
picking
he
me.
needs
or
to know
chat-
the rules before.
if the-
I'm on a tight schedule,
The,
boy.
the,
What's
the
he doing,
chat, the
Mars?
chat has a vote, and then we have
he
two
wants to know
other
if the chat has
two other
if the
judges.
chat has a vote, if the
Yeah.
chat has a vote, I'm
So then he'll
chat-
pick me if the chat
yeah,
has a vote.
chat has a vote. I'm picking Mars for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Wembanyama himself, Mars Wembanyama, has been chosen first.
That chat bias is
We're gonna
crazy.
snap that little chicken leg just like Wembanyama's. I'm going much like Giannis. I'm gonna stay true and loyal to my
He's gonna
peeps,
pick.
to the most knowledgeable person on the panel next to me. I'm going with Chill.
Old heads versus young heads. You gotta love it.
This is gonna be funny. I don't know how the chat feels about this certain somebody, and I don't know what to do. But you know what? Why not? Let's just do it for the one time, bro. Let's have the tag team of destruction, the former tag team champions of the world. Right now they're on rocky feet, but the former tag team champion of the world. Let me get Ticket TV, bro.
Mhm.
All right, that's what it is. Fluent, it's on you.
You know, I'm a businessman, and in business, a lot of times you have to take the high road. But sometimes you got to get nasty, you got to get dirty, and you take the low road. I'm going big low.
Low
Low
down.
down in the house.
Low down in the house.
I was hoping he didn't know if he was playing or not. Damn.
Yes,
That's
sir. Yes, sir.
After that, After that, we're gonna go with Lomo. Why not? We'll pick Lomo real quick.
Who is that? Is that Damo?
That's Damo. Yeah, for sure. That's his cousin.
Wamo.
That sound wow. That sound wow right there, Damo.
I'm not gonna lie, brother. I would have respected you more. You were gonna be my next pick because you were a Laker fan, and I would never have called you Lomo. But that being said, I don't even know who two of these guys are on this list. So you guys might have to help me with these. I can't pick them. My team needs. What do we need? We got shooting. We got some. We need some of this. We need a king in the house. I'm going with Bob.
Big Ox in the house.
Big Ox, Bob.
Dirty work in the house.
Like Jay always says, we need a dirty work guy.
Got some dirty work in the house. That's what we need.
Good pick for him. Good pick for him.
That's annoying.
Now I don't know. I don't even know who's Mustard. Who the hell is that?
I'm gonna pick Africa due to people knowing him more.
And hey, what's better? What do you put on when you have a hot dog? You need some mustard. So yeah, we got mustard.
Mustard. Yep. Actually, this is a very ironic team that I just picked right now.
Mustard.
I surrounded Ticket.
Team Dub has way too much infighting going on. They might do themselves.
He got a lot of nonsense going on his roster. He does.
They gonna make it work. You know, when you have a coach that can sit here and get the people online, bro. I feel like we could get the people online to get us on the same page, man. That's all we need to do, bro. I got my brother Ticket over here. We got Mars with his chat influence. We got Lomo in the building. He has pretty good takes. So in Africa, you know, he's not too bad as well. So you know.
So Dub, you see yourself as a non-toxic kind of Phil Jackson Zen master that can keep all these personalities?
No, absolutely not. No way. Hell no.
That's me. I promise you.
Dub swinging on dudes on the bench in timeouts. That's Dub right there.
Dub's Bob Knight?
Yes.
You've never seen.
We're gonna see a new side of Dub. Dub again.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing about me. I adjust to the environment that's in front of me. So if y'all need me to be that high head, cool. I could be that high head. If you need me to be the mediator, I could be the mediator, right? We just gotta go with the flow right now. So you know, this is me just going with the flow, and you know, we're gonna get our crew in line and set up the greatest basketball debating starting five of all time. You know,
you know what I feel like? I feel like remember Tupac and Hit 'Em Up. Like my team, their team isn't even on our level. I might not even spit a verse. I might just let these other.
I don't want to spit a verse. Actually, I'm fine.
I might just let.
I just want these guys to do it. I think it will be fun as hell.
Yo, Fluent,
Well,
just
I have
let
the
me and Mustard take care of this, Fluent.
All right, that got you. Yeah, that's why
sit
you're on the
back.
team, Mox. That's why you're on the team.
Excuse me.
Hey, Bob, who you see yourself getting buckets in this?
Oh, you know me, man. Just give me the ball.
He's getting a ton of putbacks. Just that putback dunks.
Tip dunks?
I'm not really worried about nobody on that squad except for Morris. Except for Morris because of chat influence. You know what I'm saying? Damo and Ticket, they get too upset sometimes. And you know what I'm saying? You throw them off that rocker, you throw them off that pivot real quick. And Dub gonna be worried about too much other shit. You know how Dub get.
Damo, can we get in your head, Damo? Is that easy, Damo? Word?
Watch this. Austin Rivers ain't him. Austin
Rivers in your head.
Africa and Dub gonna be fighting. Sorry.
I love how easy I think this is gonna be. Listen, I'm not worried at all. I'm surprised that Fluent allowed this team to really be assembled the way that it was. Really, Dub just had to sit back and just pick for it. He literally picked the best pick each time. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm not really worried about nobody over there. Low is low. I've been debating Low since 2017. I know how to defeat Low. He's a fake Laker fan. I'm not worried about Low. I've defeated Low plenty of times over the years. It's light work for me.
Yeah, so you're saying Low is light?
I've
never seen it that way.
You got a real bull in there.
What Damo don't know. I'm not. You know when they have those superheroes and they fight their alter egos and they just cancel each other out? No, I'm gonna mix it up. You ain't going against Low. You can get smoked by someone else.
I don't expect to go against Low. I feel like it's gonna get to a point to where you need like a clutch bucket, and it's gonna get so bad that you're like, no, Low gotta get us this dub. That's why I'm not worried about Low.
But you know who's our clutch guy, Damo? You know who's our clutch guy, Damo?
It has to be Young Africa.
Not, I was gonna say Ticket. I was gonna say Ticket, but Young Africa.
Y'all squirted with mustard all over your faces. You done?
I think Young Africa.
Please don't.
Look. Focus.
This the problem, Ron.
What's up?
When you get Ticket on your team, you gotta have.
I'm in LA, so things are a little different over here right now.
You got to have Ticket going against certain people. See, everybody on our side is the people that's not scared of Ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see.
Ain't scared of nobody.
So everybody on this side of the board is the side of the board that's not scared of Ticket. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Mustard literally
just seeing the team again. I like it.
Who's the easiest bucket up here though? And I need everybody to chime in.
Mustard,
who's the dude where it's like I'm going against him? Oh, that's easy money. That's a bucket. Just give us one.
Mustard.
I've never talked to Mustard like that.
I've known Mustard for a long time. I'm not worried about it. I think they list this from the bottom up. Like
these guys don't know. Mustard is like unknown. Let me give you a little football analogy. There's this quarterback in San Francisco, right? Brock Purdy. Everybody thought he was so amazing, and I kept telling this dude next to me, I said, "Yo, once they get some tape on him, right? They're gonna start. He's gonna start looking average, and that's what he's doing. But in the beginning, when they didn't know how he was coming at them, he looked amazing. That's gonna be Mustard. Y'all don't know what to expect. He's gonna catch you off guard. He's gonna be the one that's gonna surprise everybody.
Mustard is Zach Wilson.
Yo, the funny thing is, Fluent don't even know who Mustard is, so he's just talking.
I still can tell. I could tell.
He don't know what he's talking about.
I'm fluent in these things.
Zizi, do you have any predictions on this before we move on?
Shit, nah, not really. I don't know. It's a toss up for me.
So
why is Zizi not on here?
That's what I was about to say, but it's cool. I'm gonna sit back and be a viewer for the day.
Zizi, plenty of great players have gone undrafted. Zizi, just so you know.
Damn straight.
They said Zizi ain't going up mission.
Zizi, you're gonna be my John Starks, bro. I'm bringing you on the squad. First undrafted player to make an All-Star team. You're my John Starks.
All right, for sure.
Let's go.
All right, well, I'm going with Team Fluent.
Team Fluent? Yeah. Me too.
I'm just going by Team Fluent by default. Y'all left me stranded.
I got Team Fluent in a sweep.
What? Sweep is crazy.
We're gonna set up Mars on the ISO with the chat voting on us out already. As long as the judges don't be some hoes, we'll be straight.
See that? Hear that, chat? Look how he's talking about you. The chat is the whole reason why we're here.
We got British judges this time. They're not gonna be influenced by that accent.
Yeah, you know what? Some of the reasonings the judges last time used, it was so absurd to me. I think one of them was like, oh, just because this was different, I voted for this one, not because, oh, it happened to Damo actually. That somebody used the argument that was different, so they just sided with that instead of like, all right, who provided the better case? And on my head, I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's whoever
Jerry
provided
West.
the better case.
I'm not gonna forget that.
Yeah.
I was hold. Nigga said,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, Jerry West is the most important Laker." All right, buddy. We got to think about the front office. All right, buddy. All right.
Yeah. And I was sitting there like, that's
remember that.
crazy.
I do remember that.
And then I think Low got robbed
West
too
is
with
in that
the
conversation.
Low got robbed too with the pick in which he had. I think it was like the bus pick. And in my head, I was like, come on, like you guys are doing him disgusting.
Hold on,
You guys
time
are
out for a
doing him
second.
disgusting.
Time out for a second. Because I didn't see that. You were saying West isn't the most important Laker of all
In
time?
terms of on court, no. And
on
that's
court.
what that's
Okay,
what I
on
assumed it was when I answered. That's what the question. I assumed the question was, and he tried to verify 18 times. Wait, are we talking just on court? Is it just on court, right? No, because in my pick, I'm thinking about off the court as well to add to it. I'm like, all right, what the? I
That
didn't
just
do
sounds
that.
smart to me. That
I
just
think
sounds
you
smart to
won.
me. I don't see how that's the problem. That just sounds smart to me.
Yeah, Damo. I think you won that one, Damo, for sure. I think you did win
It
that.
just sounds smart.
But if you look at it that way, since they didn't clarify if it was just on the court presence, I'm not mad at the Jerry West answer though. Just because
I think it's a good answer. I think it's a good
I wasn't
answer.
mad at that.
I thought it was a great answer, but it's still the answer.
Who was your answer, Damo?
Mine was. I mean, I want to say I went with Kareem.
Kareem?
Yeah.
Because they excluded Kobe. They said you can't say Kobe and Magic. You can't say Kobe or Magic. So I was like, okay, then I'm gonna say Kareem. I'm not gonna go Bron.
No. Why would you go Bron?
Exactly. Why would I go Bron?
So Kobe's the top 5 greatest Lakers, is what everyone's saying.
Kobe is
absolutely. If
greatest.
you're not including Kobe and LeBron, if you're
but
not,
you might have to. But if you're
Kobe
saying
Magic,
off the court, you actually might have to have Jerry West ahead of him. Because without Jerry West, Shaq and Kobe don't ever come to the Lakers.
And that was his argument.
I think he said that.
That was his argument right there.
That's a good argument, bro.
It's a great argument. It's just if the question was who on the court outside of Magic and Kobe are the most important Lakers, I'm assuming we're talking on the court.
Well, the question never said on the court.
I don't like this nigga Mars, man. You're a scumbag.
They already arguing. Look, they It don't take too long.
Hey, Ox. So looking at this team, though, who is who? NBA players, NBA comps.
Oh man, I don't know. I can't call it. I mean, these guys are all really good at what they do, bro. So it's hard to say. I would say
it's like Luka playing with.
I would say who we got? We got Chill is Rashid in Portland. Rashid in Portland.
A tech machine.
Dub is Draymond Green. In 2017.
He punched Mars in the face.
You better not say Mars is Jordan Poole.
I will punch Mars in the face. I actually would.
That's
not a question, dog.
I actually would.
Let's be clear.
I told him that too. I told him that one time too.
I'm telling you, Mars is Giannis. You know, the golden boy. You know what I'm saying? Protected by PC at all stops. Damo. Let me see, because Damo got gang.
Like Oliver Miller.
Damo got Randall.
Oliver Miller.
Oh no, this is Draymond Green. You got
Damo got game, but he'll get pissed off. He'll get pissed off and really just say fuck all of this.
Damo's Klay.
Zach Randolph.
Yeah, exactly. I can go with that. He got game, but if you just gotta press the right button, and Damo will be like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't care if we win or lose.
The Marcus Cousins.
Mars.
There you go.
No, Marcus Cousins.
Mars, you're Steph. The ticket is KD when he joined the Warriors. I'm Draymond. And then Damo could be DeMarcus Cousins. But if DeMarcus Cousins is his prime. Oh, for sure. KD's better than Steph.
So are you saying Young Africa's Andre Iguodala?
Dub's taking Andre Iguodala.
He's Mike Brown. All right.
Did you hear those crazy people? Did you hear those crazy people on the other show say that Iguodala is better than Kawhi Leonard?
Tone. I actually deleted the video because I was making a video and I actually broke down in tears, yo. For real, I'm being honest with you. He actually made me break down in tears because like people take us serious, ZZ. Like when we talk, and for you to get on here and say with a straight face that Andre Iguodala to me is better than Kawhi Leonard. I'm starting to get emotional about it right now, man. Because,
okay, I get you, Chill. Chill.
This is like and by the way, this was on Gilbert Arenas' show. And by the way, these are the professionals, because didn't Kenya Martin say to us, quote, people like us who know basketball? These are the people that are talking to us.
Like Kenyon said it?
No, Rashad McCain's the one who said it. Who played in the NBA?
I lost.
We know he's just there to troll.
That show just keeps proving people who played in the NBA don't always.
They have no idea what they're talking about, yo. I couldn't finish the video because I'm broke down, man. I'm like, yo, these dudes.
I hate to do this, but I got to bounce.
Yeah.
But check this out. One, don't forget. So I'm in LA right now, but Fluent and Chill this Thursday is coming to you live from San Francisco. We in Golden State. But tonight, it's Fluent top 10s. AI. We asked AI to generate its top 10 NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, soccer, like world soccer, and WWE, who are the top 10 greatest in all 6 of those sports. So WWE, you're going to be surprised.
Yo, Fluent, no WNBA Fluent?
Next episode, I can only do so many.
Gotcha.
WWE is not a sport, but I digress.
They are athletes.
Hater, bro.
They are
athletes.
Sports entertainment, Mark. That's what it is.
Sports
entertainment. It's sports entertainment.
If we're gonna be honest, nothing is a sport because
I just think WWE because
the NBA said that with WWE as well.
All right, Tone, be easy, brother. I know you got to get to it.
All right, later, y'all.
All right, we'll see you Saturday when your team's going to work.
Yeah, there's no way that Rashad McCants said that. So
he said it with a straight face, Ox. He said it with a straight face.
I lost hella respect for Gilbert Arenas after his Hakeem Olajuwon comment. That's what it was like.
What did he say about Hakeem?
He said something about how players shouldn't be going to Hakeem for training anymore because his moves won't work in today's game.
Get that shit out of here.
I'm like, dumb shit.
And then Lamont brought him up on his channel and just let him get it all off. It was crazy. Hey, Ron, you know what we should do one day though? We should let all of us like a panel chat day, right? Like a chat panel. I don't know what y'all creative, y'all figure out a name, but I got the idea, right? We should let somebody in the chat of our choosing come up and we debate them. And if they win the debate, they get to have our panel spot for a certain amount of days. I want you to let Stacks in the chat debate me, and if he knows ball with his nerd ass, he can have my spot on the channel. He can have a whole week.
I know. I don't agree to this.
I do.
Oh, all right. We could do that. Or we could just, sometime down the road, we could get the five most popular guys in the chat or most hated guys in the chat, and they could come up and we could do a king of the court as well.
Yeah,
hello,
I would
buddy.
Love to do that.
Stacks.
I would love to do that. And you know what happens? Because I'm glad you brought this up, Ron. One-liners don't work. Let's make sure we clear. With debates, one-liners do not work. You actually have to come with legit facts and continue to come with legit facts. One-liners just don't work. So again, bring it and stay here. And stay here. Say it again.
And then you got to stay on. You got to stay on the panel for the whole week. You can have my spot for the whole week.
Right. Bring it.
Yeah, I don't agree to this.
You don't get to come. You don't get to come in the ring and then throw one punch and then run out. No,
I'm the type. I'm that type. You know what I'm saying? I'll play you for the check. It ain't
yes, absolutely. Me too, Bob.
Put the money on the floor.
I'm right with you, Bob. I'm so with you with that. Get in the ring, put the gloves on, and you don't get to swing at me one time. You got to stand in the ring, and we going at it. Let's do that.
Chat, how y'all feel about that?
I'm 100% behind it.
If the
The
chat's
ones
smart,
the
when
ones
the
that
poll
want
goes up
to
to see who won, the chat would just
Because-
vote for the person from the chat. every
Because
time.
this is what we've done here. What we've done at PC is we've made the chat involved in what we do. So again, like a game, if you sitting in the crowd, you think you nice as this dude on the court, come prove it. Come prove
it's
it.
all because for me, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? I love the chat. That's why I pay attention to the chat because I wouldn't be here without the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Screw
I'm
the
here for the
chat.
chat.
Y'all be safe.
I'm here for the
You out
chat.
there?
So you know what I'm saying? When I see nonsense in the chat, I like to type back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I like to type back. It ain't
Right.
no big deal. It ain't no funk or
Right.
nothing. But you know what I'm saying? If I don't know ball, I need you to come prove it, please.
I'm with these guys. As they just said, put the money on the fucking flow.
And let's do it.
I'll put my week up. We can go put however much you want on it, but match it. All I ask is you match it. I'm not playing
Right.
for free.
Right.
I mean, I know I do this. This is
Right.
easy work, but I don't do easy work for free no more.
Right.
Nah, Damo, because that's gonna give them an excuse to punk out. I don't need no break.
And I need you to punk out.
Yeah.
Just punk out in front of the world. There's been plenty of people in chat I've tried to check or whatever, and they all proceed to punk out, and you can just ignore them way easier. So I prefer you to punk out. Do that. Save me my time.
I don't again. I don't have a problem with the chat. I mean, this is part of our setup. We involve these dudes, but there's a difference between involving somebody and actually being on it. So if you want to be on it, bring it.
Mars, you think it's a bad idea?
Wow.
No, it's a great idea for them. They can do it. I'm not doing it. And if the chat's smart, like I said, when the poll goes up, who won, Ox or Stacks in the chat? If the chat's smart, they just all vote for Stacks.
True.
And Ox loses. Like,
Well, I mean, that's but
why would the chat not support the chat? They're just gonna vote
Mars,
for them.
you know what that is, though, Mars. You know what that is. Either way, no,
No, I don't care for you, homeboy. I don't say I don't care for the chat.
Who won
I
and who
don't care
lost,
for
though,
you.
Mars.
But again, like I said, like Big Ox just said, open up the door, pull a rope up in the ring, put your gloves on, and come get in the ring and stay in here. You don't get to throw a punch and you hit a dude in the chin and then leave.
No sucker punches, y'all.
That's not the way that works. No, you don't get to hit a dude in the chin and then run around the ring. I hit him. No, you got to keep fighting until you drop him. That's the way that works.
Look, see, we already got some people. And Zen, that's my dude in the chat. He talking about this is your day job, not mine. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Let's be for real. Bro.
I can't wait to put a team together, the biggest, baddest, meanest guys in the chat all-stars, and come and have them debate the panels.
Bring them
I
up.
can't wait for this. And since Marsden's participating, Mars, you could coach him or something. Yeah, let's do that.
Mars don't want to get involved in this at all.
Yes, he does. Here's the thing though, Big Ox. Yes, he does. Because with what you just brought up, he's the first one who's in the chat egging this kind of stuff on, but then he's up there with us going, I don't want nothing to do with this. No, I don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I'm on the side of the chat. I'm on their side. So how am I going to defend them? I'm on their side. I'm with the chat. I stand with the chat.
I'm on
the
my
chat
side.
representative.
I'm on my side.
That's why I am. I'm the chat representative.
If y'all sanction it, Ron, let him know. I want it more.
Mm-hmm.
We could go down the line. Whoever wants it.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Because it's only gonna be able to be 5 of them. So I'm gonna let you guys send me over your top 3 panelists that you want parts of. Top 3 most hated panelists. So whatever, however you want to phrase it. You guys send them over to me. I'll draft up a big board. We'll choose the top 5 and we'll line something up. Hey, buddy, I'll be talking to you soon. But anyhow, let's keep it pushing, y'all. It's obviously opening night. It's a lot going on. So I think this is the perfect time to segue into opening night predictions and how do we feel about these 4 teams going into tonight. So obviously the first game, and I'm gonna start with you, ZZ.
Word.
Because why would I start with you with the Lakers and Nuggets game?
You said why would you start with me?
Yeah. I mean,
It's because I'm on a show with one of the most biased people I've ever met in my life, but I love him. 7. Actually, I got the Lakers winning tonight for real. That's at least where I'm putting my money on them at least. But I think that we had Dan, the Laker fan, on. Was it last night or Sunday? And so he was talking to him, and he kind of put it into my mind. He was like, you got to think like ring ceremony. The Nuggets don't have Bruce Brown. And I was like, I think Jokic is still going to cook. I think the starters are still going to do their thing. I just think that the Lakers, with all of the shit talking that Mike Malone's been doing, are just probably going to be mad. Like, probably going to be having something to prove. AD specifically, where it's like everybody's been saying since the postseason, no one could stop Nikola Jokic. So if AD is going to go out here with this mindset of I want to be depoy and my coach is allowing me to shoot 6 threes a game, which we'll see how that plays out. But I think that I think AD is gonna go out there with a chip on his shoulder. I think Braun's gonna do his thing too. I don't think MPJ is stopping LeBron from going downhill or anything like that. And I'm interested to see everybody else that they brought in. I'm interested to see how Jackson Hayes works off the bench with that unit. His athleticism. I think I remember us talking about it once the trade went down, or at least somebody was talking about it on the panel, and they were like, well, Jackson Hayes, he's not really that good of a defender. He's just really athletic. So in my head, I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, he's got AD there. I'm not expecting defense from Christian Wood. I'm not expecting defense at all. I'm expecting some boards and some offense. But Jackson Hayes, I'm expecting to be that backup option, to just swat shots out of the way when they come through. So I'm really interested to see the Lakers dynamic, and I mess with it. So I think they're gonna go over tonight. But
hey, Zizzy, is that really a big deal? Like to you, do you think it's a big deal? Like the Nuggets talking shit, like Mike Malone saying stuff. Do you think that's
I just like I said, I was like, Mike Malone had a point where he said that the media was more when they got to the Western Conference Finals, the media was more focused on the fact that the Lakers made it than the Nuggets. But the only reason that I thought that was the case was because everybody had an expectation for the Nuggets to make the conference finals at least. Nobody was expecting the Lakers to make the Western Conference Finals, especially from where they started off, post the trade or before the trade deadline. So, like, I can understand the media having some, thoughts of, oh my God, a 7 seed that came from the play-in spot with 45-year-old LeBron James and AD and all them. They're in the Western Conference Finals. Like, what? Yeah, they're going to be like, the media is going to be all over that. It's your job to knock them out, which they did. They swept them. And then they just kind of have been reaping the benefits of that. They've been talking shit in the parade and telling everybody, the Lakers were never really a threat to us is how they're feeling. So they have every right to feel macho and all that. They won the chip. Let them talk. They just got to back it up when, season start. And this opening night's a perfect example. So we'll see.
Yo, and if you're not doing anything today, pull up to Lakerland today. We are doing a collab show. Obviously, it's right before the game, so it's going to be a lead up into the game. Lakerland today. It's a collab show with the Gold-Blooded Warriors crew in Lakerland. They all going to be on the same stream, talking about obviously the Lakers and the Nuggets, and then we have another game tonight too. So they'll the Warriors and the Suns. So they'll be talking about both games, both crews. Y'all pull up, enjoy that show. It's going to be fire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can't wait for it.
Mars, though, talk to us. Lakers, Nuggets. How you feeling tonight?
I think Jamal Murray said something about how the Nuggets are gonna, it's not gonna be seamless this season, and how there's gonna be like a adjustment period where they're gonna be going through some things. That's believable, but Denver are also playing at home, and Denver's home court advantage is tricky. And I don't know if the Lakers coming straight out of preseason are going to be well adjusted to that altitude. So I got the Denver Nuggets winning, but I think it's going to be an interesting game. But I don't put too much stock into the first 3 weeks of the season, because I think you have to get your wins into. You have to get into playing shape. Steve Kerr spoke about it last year. For the first 2-3 weeks of the season, he said his team wasn't even prepared to be playing NBA games. They weren't in the right shape. I think a lot of teams go through that. So whoever wins this game, I'm not going to be saying, oh, well, this team's clearly not championship material. I'm not going to be doing that. So whoever wins, I'm just hoping for a good game. But if I had to guess or bet, I'd put my money on the Denver Nuggets.
Cool. Chill. Who you got tonight?
I got to see how the Lakers come out and play. I got to see how they start the game, because if they still are on, it's one thing to say it, and it's something completely different to do it. If AD is the guy, show me he's the guy, and go to him early and often. I know who he's going to be defensively. I know what he's going to do defensively. He's going to rim protect. He's going to rebound. He's going to man the paint. But I'm talking about offensively. If he's the guy like you say he is, show it to me. And if I see that, then I think that they got a really good shot at winning.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna rephrase this question for the rest of y'all. I don't want to ask who's gonna win. I just want to ask, what are you most looking forward to in this game? Ox, talk to us. What are you most looking forward to in this Denver and Lakers game?
It's really just the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all know I hate the Lakers as a franchise, but I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what's going to happen this year with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Bron, we all know he's getting older, but he's still Bron. He had an incredible season last year. He finished the season on a high note. They got swept, but he did finish on a high note individually. And Anthony Davis, he's healthy. He's a monster. I think Anthony Davis should have a big game tonight. And I'm excited to see Austin Reeves after this summer. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what that did for his game, how it stepped his game up. Just what'll be the difference from last year and this year. I know that winning or losing this game isn't really that big a deal. You know, people are going to make it a big deal. But I'm excited to see the Lakers, not so much the Nuggets. Like, they're going to do what they're going to do, but I want to see how the Lakers are coming this year. And mostly if you know, LeBron, if he's, you know, how good a shape is he in? What is what's his name, Damo? The Torian Prince. I know y'all calling him a T word
terrorist
right now,
Prince,
but that's crazy. But you know, I want to see what those guys are gonna do. You know, Jackson Hayes, Torian Prince, and D'Lo. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the Lakers are coming this year. And no hate at all, no shade at all. I want to see how they come this year.
Cool. Damo, talk to us, man. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
Me personally, I would have to say on the Nugget side of things, I want to see their attitude, the energy they play with. Your coach seemed to be talking a lot of shit over the summer. So is that reflected on what the team thinks as well? Even KCP came out and had his comments about the Lakers, whatever. It just seems like this team has a certain energy when it comes to us. And I want to know if it's more from the top down type of thing or just people who have personal gripes and biases of the Lakers. I want to see how great Jokic is still looking. I love to see Jokic play all the time. So I'm excited to see him lace him up, see if Jamal Murray can do things. On the Lakers side of things, I'm most excited to see the new guys play. Terrorist Prince, of course, just I want to be proven wrong, but I feel like I'm not. So I just have to see how that is. I hope he can prove me wrong. I want to be proven wrong, so I'm not going to be biased. He plays great. We're going to talk about him like he's the GOAT. Once he starts being a terrorist, I will let you know I told you so. So I'm gonna be honest when it comes there. The rest of the new guys, see if Cam Reddish can fix his motor. I didn't like his vibe through the preseason, and maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just the preseason. Maybe he's getting back into things. Cool. I want to see if that motor changes. If his attitude changes, I want to see if Christian Wood's motor changes. I've seen a couple good flashes, but there were moments where it was like, all right, buddy, you're playing for a team that wants to get a ring. This isn't just to come get your check type of thing. Get your ass off the floor. At least was my thought process as a toxic ass Laker fan. So these new guys coming in, see if Max Christie's ready to get some minutes, and really that's it. I know Austin Reeves is going to be Austin Reeves, so I'm not extremely excited to see Austin Reeves. I know Austin Reeves is great. I'm expected to see that. I know AD is going to be great. I'm expected that. I know LeBron is going to be great. I'm expecting that. But what I'm excited for are all the unknowns and the new things.
Hey, Damo, I wanted to say too, Damo, I'm really not mad at the three guard lineups with y'all for real. I know you hate it, Damo, but I'm really not mad at the three guard lineups with y'all. Just being honest.
If it's necessary, cool. If we're playing a team that's playing small, cool. There should be no reason Austin Reeves is guarding MPJ. I'm sorry. I don't see a world where that's necessary at all.
Damo, I just want to say it's just opening night. Don't lose your cool tonight. Just be easy. It's just only opening night, all right?
Every game is make or break. Every game is do or die. Every game is important. I don't care.
Well, this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying be easy though, because if he's a terrorist, it's only gonna go downhill from here. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just get used to it.
Hey, and if Torian is if he is one of those, Bron gonna get his ass up out of there. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Bron will take care of that, bro.
How you feeling about Cam Reddish, Damo?
I have.
Is he terrorist too?
I'm not calling him a terrorist yet because I actually have not wonder about him, but I believe in him. I still believe in him. I've heard too many stories from the guys that came up with him through the AAU circuits and the high school circuits. I've heard too many stories about how great he is from guys that's going out here getting buckets and are seen as franchise players. If you can, it's like a Michael Beasley. He's this generation's Michael Beasley, in my opinion. That's exactly who he is. Because all the players will say how great he is or whatever. but whenever it comes to the business of basketball, it just fucks them over every season. So I don't know what's going on with the business of the NBA and Cam Reddish, but I'm on a short leash. You got a month to show me something. After the first month, if you still showing to me that you trying to be a terrorist, I'm putting you up there with Torian Prince. I'm not gonna wait too long. He's not that young.
I feel you.
Yo, Cruiser,
What's
talk
up?
to us, my friend.
Man,
It's
I'm
good to have you back up here.
What's
We
going
got the
on,
Lakers
bro?
and we got the Nuggets tonight.
Man,
what are you
I'm
looking
start
for?
off, I'm gonna start off with the defending champs, man. I'm excited to see Jokic as always. Everybody, I'm pretty sure if you're a basketball fan, you love to see Jokic play at all times.
Mhm.
Like the way he moved the ball. Ready to see Jamal Murray in the regular season. Let's see if he can bring his regular season play up similar to his postseason play. I know he's a good player, and off the bench, those young guys, I want to see Julian Strouder. Let's see how he shoots when the pressure's on. It's going to be pressure when you play in LA, no matter when the game is. First game of the season, second game of the season, middle of the season. This is a game tonight. I agree with Damo. Man, this is statement game. No matter what they say, they wanted to see. I think Devin want to come out and show that sweep was not a fluke. I think LeBron them going to come out with intensity, with aggression, and stuff like that. Like Julian Strouder. And I want to see how Christian Braun steps up. Let's see if he can take the place of what's your boy just left, Brown. Let's see if he can step up in that role because they did lose Jeff Green. They did lose Brown. So let's see those guys, if they point of attack defense can handle LeBron them. I think D'Lo, depending on how D'Lo comes, I'm going to the Lakers. Depending on how D'Lo comes out tonight, I think Lakers play good when D'Lo starts off hot. For some reason, if D'Lo come out and hit his first 2 or 3 shots, I think it's going to be a long night for the Denver Nuggets. D'Lo, no, his name might not be LeBron or AD, but D'Lo is key to their success. I want to see how he plays. I want to see Jackson Hayes. Can he continue to get on the glass? Can he rim run? I want to see how Christian Wood looks. Will he be engaged defensively? Because I think that's where he need to probably set his mindset, playing with LeBron and AD, focus on defending and being a rebounding guy right now. And I think his offense, LeBron James will reward him offensively if he can set his mindset on playing winning basketball. So tonight I'm high on the Lakers. I like the Lakers additions. I like Torian Prince. I like Gabe Vincent. I want to see how they rotation work with that. I think the Lakers going to be a 1 or 2 seed this year. I already said that. I like the Lakers, so I'm picking the Lakers tonight.
Okay. Hey, right quick, Cruiser. You think D'Lo's the third most important piece on the team? Not the third best player, third most important to them, to their success.
I think D'Lo is underrated, and I think that I'm not saying underrated. His defense is his problem. You know what I mean? And his motor at times. I think when his offense, I think his effort defensively picks up when his offense is going. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, but once his offense get going, he play with a different mindset. He come off them pick and rolls with a little bit more aggression. Sometimes he don't take the pick and pop. Sometimes he'll get downhill. So his offense, I think he's important. If you go back and look at their series, every time D'Lo came out hot, they won. Every time D'Lo plays good, they win. When D'Lo struggles, you got to get him off the court because that takes LeBron off the ball. He's better than Austin Reeves on the ball. Outside of LeBron, he's their best on-ball dribbler to me.
Okay. For sure. Well, all right. So we just talked about the first game of the night. That's coming on at 7:30 Eastern. Y'all make sure y'all tap into that. Opening game is ring night, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we'll see if the Nuggets stand on their ring, and we'll see if the Lakers get back from obviously what happened last year in the playoffs and all the trash talk that's been going on between these two teams. I know kind of Ox had alluded to it a couple episodes ago or like last week about certain rivalries and stuff like that. I don't know if this is necessarily a rivalry, but it's definitely two teams that don't really feel the best about each other. So I expect to see a good game every time that they lace them up and get on the court together. But moving along to the second game of the night, we got the Suns and the Warriors, and I need to hear what you guys are most looking forward to in this matchup. ZZ, I know you're on the Lakers show, but you like another team, right?
Correct. It's ironic, isn't it? I'm not on Cold-Blooded, but I am on Lakerland as the main antagonist. So watch us every Sunday and Tuesday if you want to hate me for hating your team. But I am very excited for this game tonight. I tell you what, I heard Bill was ducking the smoke. That's crazy. But KD gonna be back in Golden State for the first time in what feels like 5 years. So
Hold on, what you mean Bill ducking the smoke?
he's just not playing.
his
I
back.
think they're his back hurt or something like that. Whatever that means. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm interested to see not just like the usual Steph and Klay. I'm interested to see Kuminga and how many minutes Steve Kerr is going to give Kuminga, because the potential and the upside for him in terms of maximizing the potential of a unit that's on the floor, especially the bench unit, is through the roof. Like when Kuminga's driving downhill, if you're in the lane, like you either gonna duck or you gonna try and getting up on a poster at the end of the day. So like, and his I like his defense as well. I think he's underrated in terms of his perimeter defense and the fact that he's so young and he can still move his feet. And I'm also interested to see Chris Paul and his dynamic. I don't know if he's starting. I don't know if he's coming off the bench. I hope he's coming off the bench. But knowing Steve Kerr, he's going to throw a curveball out there. So we'll see how that works out. And I think somebody said in the chat that D Book might be out too. Hopefully that's not the case, because that'd suck. But yeah, so I'm interested to see that. KD, I'm interested to see he's gonna probably have like 30 tonight for real in his like homecoming game or whatever. He said he wants his jersey retired. He deserves it. But yeah, that's me.
You would classify this as homecoming?
Because he ain't played in front of the Warriors fans in multiple years at this point. I don't
So what? KD got like 4 homecomings?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He did it to himself. That ain't my fault. Jumping from team to team. Big three to big three. But love him,
All right, bet. Mars, what are you most looking forward to in this game tonight?
Seeing what Jonathan Kuminga looks like is intriguing. Whether or not he starts, I don't know. But he had a very good preseason. That's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully, Klay looks better than he did in the preseason. I think Steph, KD, whatever. Steph usually starts seasons quite slow. Like first game of the season, probably going to be like 2 for 13 from 3. So like that's not really gonna move me. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he's like 29% from 3 or something. But I want to see the Suns' depth. That's what I want to see Yuta Watanabe, Drew Eubanks, Bobo, those players. I want to see how they look on the floor. That's what I'm interested in, especially if Bill and Booker isn't playing or one of them isn't playing. That's the stuff I want to see, how they look, how their defense looks, because Frank Vogel's been preaching defense a lot. So I want to see how KD looks on defense, if Yusuf Nurkic is providing any sort of rim protection, those sort of things. Because I think most of the start of the season is just going to be feel-out period, adjusting, getting used to your new team, blah, blah, blah. So I want to see how close Phoenix look to not postseason form, but where I see a route to their success. That's what I'm going to be looking for. But for me, the NBA season starts tomorrow. So this is just warm-up day. Tomorrow, Houston, Orlando. That's where the NBA season starts.
That's really gonna be a good ass game too.
Exactly. That's where the season starts.
No, for real.
This is just the preliminary games. I'm like, all right, we'll get this out of the way tomorrow.
It's the main event tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Chill Town, talk to us about tonight, man. The Suns and the Warriors.
I can't really get a gauge on Phoenix because their whole crew's not going to be there. And I want to see their whole crew there. And if their whole crew is there, then I can get a better idea of how they're going to play, especially against a team like the Warriors, who throw different looks at them defensively, who throw different looks at them offensively. How are they going to be able to handle that? How is Bradley Beal going to be able to handle chasing around Klay Thompson and also getting switched on to Kuminga when we get deep into games? How is their ball handling going to be now that they got Chris Paul, now that they don't have Chris Paul, and now that Golden State has them? Who's their primary distributor when Golden State slows the game down, when Golden State speeds the game up, when Golden State makes the game helter-skelter? Who is their floor leader? So I'd like to see Phoenix when they have all of their guys, but they don't have all of their guys. So I can't really get a good gauge on who they're going to be. I'm already on record that with that roster getting flipped the way it did, I'm not a big fan of Phoenix. From a talent standpoint, it looks good on paper, but I still got to see it work with these guys all together. And I still think because they don't have a floor leader, I think that's going to be a problem moving forward.
Do you think that they look better than they did last year going into the postseason?
From a talent, well, I haven't seen them yet. So I mean
on paper, because like when KD got traded there, It was a matter of, we were saying they don't have a bench. Yes,
Right.
he's there, but they don't have a bench. So
Right.
now when I look at them on paper, I say, okay, I'm interested to see Yusuf Nurkic, even though when he got matched up with AD made him his bitch, but that's neither here nor there. Outside of that, like Mars alluded to, Yuta Watanabe, I think he's going to be knocking down. I want to see what he looks like from three. I think they're going to utilize him a lot with some pick and pop type action.
Right.
And I think on paper they look like, I'm not as like worried about, what happens when KD's not on the floor, what happens when D-Book's not on the floor. And now with Bradley Beal, obviously I'm a little bit more worried about that now with him being out tonight. So, but like I said, on paper, I think that they made some acquisitions in the offseason to at least look better, to have a little bit more
which is fair on the bench. I think they did a really good job in shoring up their bench. I'm a big fan of Watanabe. I remember him in Brooklyn, and I think that he's a really good rotation guy. This for me this year is a watershed year for Bol Bol, because Bol Bol had proven last year when he was in Orlando that he could play. Well, now he's on a better team, and he's going to get significant minutes on this team, and he's going to be asked to do things that he should excel at. He should be able to rebound. He should be able to protect the rim. He should be able to knock down open shots, because considering that offense that they had with Beal, with KD, and with Book, he should be able to knock down open shots, because those guys are going to get a lot of attention. He's not going to get that much attention. So with the crew that they have, what they've done with their bench, they've shored that up. I got no problem with that. I think this is a watershed year for Bol Bol. But with that being said, I still need to see this group together.
I feel you.
Talk to us tonight. What are you looking forward to?
As Chitchat mentioned, we're not seeing the full Suns team, but then also because Draymond's not playing either, right?
Nope. No Draymond.
So we're not seeing the full either one of these teams. So that will be different when they meet up later in the season. But the Suns are about to beat the shit out of the Warriors tonight. Regardless of who's playing and who's not playing. I don't think the Suns have anything to worry about. I'm excited to see the bench players too, though, like Chimezie Metu. I want to see when he comes off the bench. We know Jonathan Kuminga's athleticism and size. I think Chimezie Metu can handle that. I don't think there's any mismatches on that end of the floor. As long as you got Devin Booker and Kevin Durant in that bench, they'll be fine. I'm not really sure what the Warriors are going to do with Chris Paul yet. I don't know what they're going to do. So that's what I'm excited to see mostly. I'm excited to see how the Warriors work in Chris Paul. I know it's going to be different without Draymond Green, but that's what I've been anticipating this whole summer is like, okay, they got Chris Paul now. So how does this work? And I know there's been preseason games, but I'm ready to see it in the regular season. I want to know what the Warriors are going to do. I mean, now I did say that the Suns are going to beat the heck out of them.
No, you didn't say that. You said they're going to beat the shit out of them. That's what you said. You said they're going to beat the shit out the Warriors.
I said they're going to beat the shit out of them. Now, I stand on that, right? But we can't forget there is a guy in the Bay named Steph Curry. So let's keep that into perspective.
True. Yeah, but it's start of season Steph Curry. There's 3 periods of the season where Steph Curry doesn't play well. The start of the season,
around January, he's not very good.
Thanksgiving, and the New Year. Those 3 periods.
Why
bet the under on Steph Curry? He never plays well. The game after Thanksgiving, he's gonna shoot 1 for 11 from 3. I guarantee.
Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, Christmas Day. Around the New Year period, he's gonna.
I don't get it. Like around January,
he's gonna be terrible, and the first couple games of the season, every single year without fail. That's what's gonna happen. I promise.
Mars is the Thanksgiving because he still has a bad taste in his mouth from Aisha's cooking.
Well, whatever it is, he's gonna play terribly the game after Thanksgiving. It just is what it is.
First and foremost, I was just about to say, Big Ox. First and foremost, when your husband has signed $200 million contracts, you ain't cooking Thanksgiving dinner. We got chefs for that, man.
Aisha seems like the type where she like, no, we're not. Or when it's no chefs, it's Thanksgiving. I'm cooking.
We got people coming over the house. She ain't cooking.
That's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? But she's not obligated to cook. I don't want to be that guy like get in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean it. Right. I don't mean it like that. But it is good to have some good home cooked meal from your mom.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with saying getting the paint and rebound.
Mars, I can't put my finger on what happens around January with Steph Curry. It's like from December 28th to January 17th. He is garbage. I don't get it.
I should be making huge meals and he's out of shape.
Hey, but Ross,
That's why I think Thanksgiving is terrible too. I think that's what happens.
You brought it up though, Ron. I think this is pretty much I think at this point it is a rivalry. And it might not be a long rivalry because a lot of these guys are kind of getting to the last, the twilight of their career.
Between Golden State and Phoenix, Ox?
Yeah, well, because Devin Booker and Klay, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then the fact that KD is over there, you know what I'm saying? So especially since they're playing in the Bay, you know what I'm saying? Like if they're playing in Phoenix, because they are playing in the Bay, right?
Yeah, it is. It's in the Bay.
Yeah. So if, especially to start to kick the season off with KD in San Francisco, yeah, bro. I think that it further ignites the rivalry that Devin Booker and Klay Thompson are trying to start against each other. And Klay, at this point in his career, Klay should just leave Devin Booker alone.
I mean, when Klay get hot, he's a different breed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Klay's a dog. You got to remember, Klay Thompson is a dog, so he's not going to leave Devin Booker alone.
Yeah,
and I respect him for that. I love that about him. I'm just saying, he can't get with Devin Booker anymore. But I
did y'all hear what Klay Thompson said
about
this upcoming season?
No,
he said, well, you guys know amidst of the whole contract situation that's going on, they said that both the Warriors and Klay are far apart. They are not seeing eye to eye. Obviously, that means Klay wants more money, and the Warriors aren't willing to pay him that as of right now. So they're obviously negotiating their contract. But a lot of people, especially I think Klay might have listened to yesterday's episode. When I was in the airport, I was listening, and you guys did some list where I don't know, it was like 20-something odd guys better than Klay Thompson, but that's neither here nor there. Clearly, he got a hold of that list, and he said that he plans on this year being his best year ever. Like he said that he said that best year ever.
He said the same thing last year. So I mean,
come on,
what's he meant to say?
Right.
So what's he meant to say? He says that every year he comes back.
Well, Mars, what is
it's not. So
what is peak Klay Thompson? What is peak Klay Thompson? Like the best version of what's the best version of Klay Thompson?
2019, before he tore his ACL. That was probably his best year.
So 2018, 2019 Klay Thompson, probably. That's the best Klay Thompson. So you're telling me, Klay, that 2018, 19, 20 Klay, we're going to see a better version of him in 23, 24. That's the logic.
I mean,
he says that every year, and he's meant to say that. Like, I'm not saying Klay don't say that. Yeah, every athlete is meant to say their next year is going to be their best year yet. That's what you're meant to say.
Well, I mean, Mark,
I'm sure LeBron James should be saying the same thing too, and he's 65.
No.
In my opinion, Klay Thompson is saying what he has to say. It's obviously not going to be true.
Right.
I'm not mad at him for saying what has to be said.
You are meant to remain confident and say that you're going to put your best foot forward, but at the same time, I think you're meant to be realistic too. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? He could say that I'm going to be shooting the lights out. I'm going to be shooting the piss out the ball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm going to work hard on defense. I'm going to support my teammates and stuff like that. But to say that this is the best version of me you're ever going to get, damn.
Yo, with that being said.
He probably thinks it's realistic. That last year was his third highest score in the season.
What is he? It was
the most threes he ever shot. He was 41%. He's probably looking at it like, I still wasn't 100%, and I had my third highest score in the season, my most threes ever taken, shot 41%. Why can't I be the best version of myself? He's probably thinking it's realistic. I'm someone who's watched Klay Thompson a whole lot. He's not close to what he used to be, but he probably thinks he is, and that's fine. He's allowed to think.
From the offensive side of the ball. From the offensive side of the ball, too, I'll look at it and I'm like, because I was just talking to Seven about this the other day on the show. I was like, I don't know what a lot of people are expecting with Klay Thompson or if they have too high expectations, but for me, it's pretty simple with what you get with a player like Klay Thompson. Throughout his entire career, all I've been concerned with is his shooting. His defense was great back before he got hurt, obviously, but I knew that him coming back from two of the worst injuries that you could possibly suffer as a basketball player, his defensive side is going to take a hit. But last year, he was able, like Mars said, shot the most threes that he shot in his entire career, hit 41% of them, and led the league with over 300 threes. Now, and not to mention the fact that when Steph was out last year and Wiggs were out, the Warriors had a lot of players that were just missing. Klay was probably one of the most consistent throughout the time that Steph wasn't there and leading the Warriors to an above 500 record without Steph throughout the regular season and putting together some master classes along the way. So at that time, I remember saying Klay's beating all the washed allegations. There was memes going around about him beating the washed allegations because I'm like, you see what he can do. He dropped 54 on the Atlanta Hawks, and that was one of the craziest games of the year for him. But for me, on the offensive side of the ball, I'm expecting Klay to either be hot or be cold. When he's hot, he can be the best player on the floor, best shooter on the floor. When he's cold, he can still play defense, or at least better than Steph in the starting lineup. So it's not like he's the worst defender in the starting lineup by a long shot. But so but if he says he wants to go out there and have, a career year, fine. Just like LeBron said, AD was the face of the Lakers. No one fucking believes that. But if LeBron said it, he said it. Like, we're still expecting LeBron to be the man on that team and AD to be the 1B. So it's like players are supposed to say some stuff,
But ZZ, when I said that, I'm putting gears on Klay just because when he got hurt and stuff. I'm forgetting Klay's 32. You know what I'm saying? Klay still can, come back from those injuries. I think he was still probably slow-footed from that. So I kind of spoke a little quick on that, but I still don't know if Klay's gonna be 18 Klay. But he's still a young man though. He got action.
With that being said, I don't think 19 or 18 Klay was the best Klay. I think Klay was the best version of himself. With at least we got to see him do more, and he had a bigger role. The year before KD came, when he was he just had he was getting up more shots. He was more featured. He was we got to see his defense on display a little bit more. Just when KD wasn't there, he wasn't overshadowed. I think that was the best Klay. But with that being said, they lost. They don't have KD. Obviously, it's been a few years. They just lost Jordan Poole. They have Chris Paul now, who can get him the ball in better positions. I think we do see Klay look a whole lot better than last year. I think it's a potential that we can see Klay going for, those 30-point games. We might see a few 40-point games. We might see Klay get hot and maybe do a 25 and a half type of thing. I mean, this is Klay Thompson that we're talking about. So he's going to be asked to do a whole lot more. You said what?
You saying Jordan Poole getting out of Klay's way now?
No, I'm saying Jordan Poole was heavily featured in offense. He got a lot of shots, so somebody has to take those. Who's it going to be? Moses Moody?
Yes,
it could.
But Klay Thompson was just killing Houston last year, so his 40-point games don't count because he had like 2 of them against us.
Yeah.
So,
I also
that ain't hard to do.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What? Dame
got 70 on them. As bad as Houston is,
Jalen Green wasn't there. That's why Dame had 70.
It's hard as hell to score 40 in an NBA game. It's very difficult. But I think that
everybody was bullying the Rockets last year. Too.
Everybody, they were the worst.
You guys need to be humble because you.
We just being honest, Miles. We already know what you guys were in the fourth quarter and the second half. I mean, they led the NBA in turnovers in the fourth quarter, so I think they scored the least amount of points per game in the fourth quarter. Houston was, but that's neither here nor there. I think we really discount the magnitude of Klay Thompson's injuries. He had 2 career-ending injuries in back-to-back seasons. That's coming off of what he did in 19, where he was at his best, and people expected him to be right because he got back on the court so quickly. After 2 years, people expected him to be right back where he was in 2018, 2019, or 2017, 2018. People expected him to do that, and there were glimpses of that. But that just wasn't who Klay Thompson is, because people just look at Klay Thompson just as a long ball shooter today, when in reality, the Golden State Warriors relied on him in a lot of other different ways. He was one of their best perimeter defenders. Well, he can't do that anymore. So he's not nearly as effective doing that as much as he used to. Him shooting the basketball. Are we going to forget what Klay Thompson looked like in the playoffs last year in that Lakers series? He was not very good. So we're talking about a guy who had 2 career-ending injuries, and we're asking him to get back to what he used to be. And it's obvious that he's slow of foot. He's not as sharp. He's not as bouncy as he used to be. So with that being said, I mean, to say that I feel like I'm going to be my best this season than I was last year, of course you're going to say that because you have to be confident in yourself. But is that realistic? I don't think so.
But Chitchat, I mean, when you go under the knife, though, it takes time for your body to come back. And he went out there and played. I think maybe this offseason might have been that time he needed to finish letting his let his knee, let his Achilles finish letting those those body parts actually get back together. And, he's still like I said, he's still only 32. Maybe might be 33 now. I'm not sure if he's 32 or 33.
I think he's 33.
So yeah, I mean at that age, you know what I'm saying, with the type of workouts they got, the type of medicine that they got, there's the stuff that he's doing.
He's 33.
I could see him.
34 in February.
Yeah, I can see him getting, having a couple years with a little more pep in his step again from trying to play through those injuries. Because if you remember, I believe the Achilles happened before the season even started, so they were actually really close back to back. Right. It happened in the workout, right. So those compound on each other. That's my non-medical expert right. Opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think that at a certain point, you can get it back together. It would be different if he was, older in age, but I think Klay. I'm more and more we're having this conversation. I'm getting more and more convinced in what Klay's talking about.
Another thing too, I was gonna say this as well. This is my last point. Is for people, Chilla, I understand like your concerns with him from the defensive end because you're right. He was the Warriors' best two-way player for a few years at the start of the dynasty, right? So when you factor that in and you look at what the Warriors have done since the 2022 championship, since their last one, right. They kind of have become more of a team-oriented defense. They're still got their top defensive guys in Draymond and Wiggs, but from a team perspective, that's where their defense is like really at its best. They run into a lot of zone action throughout the regular season. Guys are playing passing lanes. Gary Payton exists. So, I don't think that Klay Thompson will be so much of a liability on the defensive end that teams are attacking him the way that the Warriors attacked Luka Doncic in the 2022 playoffs, just putting him in pick and roll situations and making him work, getting him tired out, things like that. I don't think teams are going to do that to Klay, because I feel like if they were to do that, they'd probably do it to Steph before they would do it to Klay. Still, because right. Steph is smaller, Steph may give a lot of effort on defense and may be able to move his feet a little bit quicker than Klay Thompson, but right. I think Klay Thompson can still cover more ground if he gets, say, somebody like drives past him or something like that.
Right.
Because he's 6'7", so he might be able to, get a block or something like that. I've seen Klay do these things throughout last year.
Right.
So I think that if the Warriors of Steve Kerr doesn't just focus in on Klay Thompson maximizing whatever defensive capabilities he has right. left, and they just say, okay, Klay, if he gets past you, great. Feed him in the Draymond or Wendy or something, or you stay right there to make it a contested shot, something like that. I don't think that Klay's defense is that bad, right? As to what a lot of people are letting on with all the slander, where it's just going to be a detrimental thing for the Warriors.
Fair, and I think the point you made is fair, because I'm not saying that he's Luka Doncic. I'm not saying that he's Kyrie Irving defensively. Absolutely not. Am I saying that? And they did shore up that defense. We're getting guys like Andrew Wiggins to cover for him. And in the NBA, I'm on record saying this. In the NBA, I don't believe that you hide guys. I believe you protect guys, because teams know who guys are, and teams know guys who can't play defense and things like that. But I'm looking at Klay from what he used to be and what he brought them from the defensive end. And I don't think Klay fell off from being this elite defender to now he's buns. No, I don't think he's that bad. However, they did rely on him a lot defensively on the wing. And the fact that it's obvious that he's slower foot now than what he used to be, that's going to affect that unit. Now, I think that once you can shoot the basketball, your game can translate for a time. I think that that's something that you can hold on to for a long time. However, when you're playing at a high level, like the Golden State Warriors are, when you're going up against teams like the Lakers, when you're going up against teams like Denver, you're going up against the Clippers and Phoenix and teams like that, they're going to go after you defensively. And there's only a certain level that we can protect you. At some point, you're going to have to stand on your own. And I don't know how good Klay is today defensively in terms of his footwork and his athleticism. Because again, it's obvious that he's lost a step.
I feel you. I'm with that.
Is it possible to lose a step and get it back?
Depending on where you are in your life, because when you're talking about a guy in Klay Thompson, I would be more apt to say he could get that back if he was 25, maybe even his late 20s. I mean, we're talking about a dude approaching his mid-30s. And when you're approaching your mid-30s, the questions now become, is this the beginning of the end of this guy? Not saying that he's over, but, when you start approaching that age, that question starts to come. I mean, how much longer is he going to be able to play at this level? How many more? There's a reason why Golden State isn't interested right now in signing Klay Thompson to an extension. If we're being honest, Damo, if Klay Thompson were to come out last season and the Golden State Warriors was in the Western Conference Championship and he was lighting it up, they would have inked him in the offseason. Yeah. They would have ended this and they would have inked him in the offseason. But they're not sure about him simply because of who he is physically. And it's obvious that he's lost a step. So to answer your question, Big Ox, if we're talking about a younger guy, I feel like the recovery time is less as opposed to a guy like Klay Thompson who's approaching his mid-30s.
Right. All right, fellas. Let's keep it pushing. Ox, did you gave your take on how you felt about tonight's game?
No. I wouldn't. The Suns are about to beat
hold up right quick though. Oh damn! All right.
I ain't go, Ron.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you on next. I got Damo next though, and then Damo, then Cruiser. Then y'all see the title of the show. Way too early, 2024 NBA championship preview. We're gonna talk about everybody's championship predictions, who they think's gonna make the finals, and who they think's gonna win the finals, and in how many games. We're gonna get this ahead of the season, so we can keep receipts on everybody's predictions. Also, got a couple other things we want to chime in on. Russell Westbrook was brought up by Paul George, and Paul George said something that was very peculiar about Russell Westbrook. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that, Damo. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But speaking of Damo, how do you feel about tonight's game, Suns Warriors?
I'm definitely most excited for both sides of things for the Suns. Most importantly, I'm excited to see Bobo play basketball. I mean, nice long 82-game season of Bobo basketball is back. Now you'll be able to see KD and African KD, so it'd be a great experience in my opinion.
African KD.
African KD. You got KD, African KD. You got French KD down in San Antonio. There's a lot of KDs out here. Pretty okay.
It's a KD clone league.
Hey, it might be low key. They clone Kevin Durant. I ain't gonna lie.
Intro to KD verse.
Honestly, but definitely ready to see that. Ready to see what this bench unit does for the Suns. But I'm definitely excited to see how Chris Paul and Curry plays together. In the preseason, I've seen a couple sets and a couple different plays here and there where it was like Chris Paul was getting Curry the ball in some good spots and allowing Curry to be off ball and move how he wants to move. And I don't think Chris Paul's ever played with a guy like that since probably JJ Redick. I'm trying to think of a guy who's moving off ball at that type of a rate that's just that efficient from three. JJ Redick's probably the last guy he's played with that type of ability.
He had Eric Gordon. Stop playing with that man. Yeah,
Eric Gordon. Yeah, Eric Gordon is not. He's not one of those guys. And Eric Gordon's gonna be playing tonight too. Who I ain't gonna lie. Bradley Beal not being there. Eric Gordon's gonna get a lot more shine too to play. I think that's a name people aren't really talking about when it comes to that Suns unit. Is Eric Gordon. So I think he's gonna be an important part. But seeing Chris Paul play with Stephen Curry is gonna be fun. Seeing come bucket minutes, of course. I don't know who's not excited to see some come bucket minutes now that Draymond's not there. This is the whole reason this guy's here, and I thought it'll be time to take the reins. So right now is the best chance of ever to show if he's going to be ready to take the reins in these next couple of years to make you be able to move off of Draymond if you need to. Other than that, I want to see if that rookie plays. I forgot Buddy's name, the guard for the Warriors. I feel like he's going to be one of those guys that just pivotal off the bench, play some good minutes for him. Gary Payton minutes. Can't wait to see Gary Payton minutes. Not gonna lie, I love seeing Gary Payton play. I've been following the Warriors for a little bit. I like the little things. It's not everybody loves Steph, everybody loves Klay, that's cool. But it's the little things about the Warriors that's fun. I want to see Looney get some boards. I want to see GP.
Dumbo, are you side-eyeing the Warriors? Are you eating lunch with your chick, the Lakers, and looking over at that other table over there like?
No, he's not. No, Ron. He is not looking over at He already got their phone number. He's actually hung out with them.
Oh,
it's just not official. That's going on. Absolutely, that's going on. It's just on.
Did y'all have a cocktail, a happy hour?
Yes,
cocktail,
they just eating somewhere different. They absolutely have hung out. They're in the coffee shop on the other side of town. Let's be clear about that. Absolutely, that's going on.
Basketball is my first love, man. I love basketball before any team. So I respect good basketball when I see good basketball anywhere. That's why I'm willing to watch. That's why I'm willing to watch anybody, anytime, any plays. I don't care how bad a team is. If you got a player I like, I'll watch, man, because I love basketball. NBA basketball, it is. I've come to realize I don't like all versions of basketball the same. I've tried it. It's not for me. But NBA basketball. See, that's crazy. You don't even know what kind of basketball I'm talking about. I'm talking about college ball. I don't enjoy college ball. Look at you for assuming. That's crazy.
Yo, but Damo, all I'm saying is I could hook you up, bro. You know, it's a collab show today where you could be on there with the Laker fans and they can introduce you to the Golden State fans.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm just saying. I ain't gonna lie.
I know the conglomerate of people that's running that Warrior show. I want nothing to do with that community. No cap. Nothing to do with that community. I'm okay.
Talk to her.
All right, for sure. Yeah, they ran Mars off too. But anyhow, Damo, you got anything else left to say about this game? Good or bad? preferably bad.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Warriors to whoop the Suns' ass.
Thank you.
I know everybody's optimistic about the Suns, but when they first got this team together, the one thing I said was all this to lose in the second round. And when you got guys like Bradley Beal ducking the grind, game one, like, all right, this is already letting me know what kind of season it's about to be.
No, I believe the Suns are most certainly going to spend the season load managing.
They have to.
Definitely.
They got no choice.
And I'm not saying I'm a fan of that. I never have been a fan of it, but Suns, you know, they still gonna run the West.
Ron, I missed what PG said about Russ. What did he say?
We'll get there right after this. I want to hear Cruiser's take on this game tonight.
Well, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start off with my guy, man. Goddamn Steph and Wardell Curry, man. Love Steph, man. Listen, hey, Steph, man. He might come out hot tonight, man. I don't know. Hey, he might come out Mars. You might have jinxed him, Mars. It might be reversed tonight.
I hope so.
Might come out hot
when he starts the game 0 for 6 from 3. Cool.
They in the Oracle tonight. They in the Oracle. I mean, not whatever that new.
Nah, they in the Chase Center. They in the Chase Center. Oracle shut down.
Hey, I'm ready to see Kuminga, man. I think Kuminga, man, got the goods. I liked him in the preseason, man. I think he's ready to take over Draymond Green. He's gonna get the minutes, man. I like Kuminga. And y'all, everybody know. If you don't know, y'all know I'm a KD guy since 06, Texas. Y'all know what time it is, man. So KD probably gonna come out slow tonight, like he always do, trying to jack up shots, pressing too much, overexcited. When KD get a little too excited, you know what I mean. So he might start off like I'm thinking KD gonna start off like 0 for 6, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But the people I want to see. I know KD, man. Listen, if anybody know KD, I know him. Listen,
he about to be fried as hell.
Hey, look. So I want to see how Kevin Young offensive sets run and stuff. I know Bradley Beal gonna be gone. He's been dealing with that back injury. That's why he didn't play that last preseason. Freaking Devin Booker, they say a toe bruise. I don't know what that is. I don't understand that, but hope Devin Booker play tonight. Kevin Young, I want to see his offensive set. I'm glad they was able to keep him on so they get a full season with Kevin Young with his offensive play and stuff like that. Glad they kept him. I want to see how Frank Vogel rotations work with Bradley Beal being out. I get a chance to see Jordan Goodwin. I'm very high on Jordan Goodwin. If you don't know, now you know. Jordan Goodwin is the defensive guy for this team, the point of attack defender. He is aggressive. He is wily. He got to chill out on his fouls, though. He got a fouling problem, but most defensive players do. So he's point of attack good. He played the passing lanes very well. I like Jordan Goodwin. I want to see if Frank Vogel going to give him a chance tonight. Yuta Nadawabe, I know he's going to be in that corner 3 waiting in the pocket. On the elbow, he will be ready to shoot. I'm just excited about the Suns. I picked the Suns to be a 3 seed. My going into the West this year, I picked Denver, Lakers, and the Suns in that order. You know what I mean, in the West. And I'm excited to see this game tonight and see how it goes.
Okay, cool. Who do you guys think is going to have a better season this year, Steph or KD?
Steph.
Since we're on the topic.
The better player.
Yeah, Steph.
Why would you say Stephen
without spoiling my pick for the championship?
No, because the better player is not KD. No, it's not. It's Curry.
It's Steph. I think Steph's going to play more games than Kevin Durant this year.
That's number one. We'll start the conversation.
KD will play more postseason games than Steph Curry.
Interesting. We shall see.
Interesting. Yeah.
We will see.
Man, hey, KD just got to stay out of the way, man, because the last 2 seasons, man, KD got to find a way to get the season before, I think it was 2022. Bruce Brown ran into his knee and gave him an MCL sprain. And then last year, Jimmy Butler just fall into his knee. KD just got to stay away from bodies. If he can stay away from bodies, with people falling on them long, skinny legs, he'll be all right. He can make it.
When he got away from the basketball court, too, the way he hurt his ankle.
Yeah.
That was insane to me.
Do nothing. Yeah, that
was insane to me.
I would tell KD, stay away from bodies, man.
Good luck with that.
Just stay away from bodies.
Good luck with that, yo.
I don't know, bro. It's weird. I ain't never seen 2 years in a row 2 people fall into your knees the way they did. It was like, weird.
I mean, KD, I think KD got more to prove than Steph this year. He still got to prove that he can win a championship on his little lonesome. So he might be a little bit more motivated to, go out there and cook niggas, but we'll see.
I think that's a narrative that he created too, by the way, because, I mean, if you're really talking about winning it, he had everything set up for him in Golden State. There was no reason for him to leave Golden State.
That was a perfect reason for him to leave.
No. Actually, it wasn't, because if the idea is for you to do it on your own, why did he leave Oklahoma City? Because he had a really good setup in Oklahoma City, and they would have continued to build that unit around him. So there was no reason for him
didn't want to play
that.
with Russell Westbrook
I
no
think
more.
that he was sick of playing with a loser.
Which, by the
You guys
way,
And then he got sick of playing with winners.
You guys really need to stop blaming Russ.
they really do. They really do.
You can say
They
you can
really
say stop
do.
blaming Russ.
What I say.
You
He said
can
he
say
play
stop
with
blaming Russ all day. Every
You
time I
can.
bring up the 2016 playoffs, I'm reminded why I'm blaming Russ 24/7. I'm
And I
not
think-
24/7.
I
Half
think
and
people
half.
don't know
Half
how
Russ,
good
half
Russ
KD.
played in the 2016 playoffs. It's ridiculous. The
It's
reason
the
he
last
left,
series. It's the last series.
the
It's the
reason
last
he
series.
left, and he said it, is because other than him and Russ, it was a bunch of athletes who can't shoot the ball. That's what he
Andre
said.
Roberson.
The Thunder mismanaged that unit. Let's not lie. The Thunder
They
mismanaged
did.
that.
They did.
Kevin
So
Durant.
we need to stop blaming Russell
Westbrook.
Westbrook for KD leaving when no one has
Terrible.
implied that. Skip Bayless made it up, and all of a sudden we just ran with it.
Nah, man, that ain't why.
So you say that Russell Westbrook was the shooter that Kevin Durant was talking about.
No, but
Even
he's
though
saying other than him and
Westbrook is
Russ, like when you have two
one of the best
stars.
shooters ever.
No, what I'm saying is when you have two stars, you're meant to compliment them, and they didn't put any spacing around the fact that Russ
True.
isn't a great shooter, but he's a superstar player who's the best playmaker on the team. And you put no shooting, you put Andre Roberson, who can't shoot, Steven Adams, who can't shoot. And
Andre
then you have
Roberson
Serge
was
Ibaka
efficient
squatting up
three-point
in
shooter in the
corner.
playoffs. Andre Roberson was efficient three-point shooter in the playoffs.
Damo,
fantastic.
there's no way.
I'm not
He was-
lying to you. I'm not lying.
He shot one. He might have shot
but-
1 3 a
No,
game.
but that's
I'm not
fine. That's
lying
fine.
to
Domo understands that if you get left with 17 feet of space on threes, you're not spacing the floor.
Yeah,
Domo
not.
knows that. He's just saying this to hate on Russ. It's fine.
He
He understands that concept.
It has nothing
Andre
to do
Roberson
with
could shoot
Russ.
50%.
Like when you
no
wide
one
open,
guards
Damo,
him.
when
He's
you're
not
wide
spacing the
open,
floor.
you have to shoot the
It-
basketball.
hey, if he
when
hits
you're
it,
wide
hits it.
open.
If he
And by the way, with him being wide open, Damo, he's only shooting one time.
He shot
Again.
3 3-pointers in the 2016-2017 playoffs at a 41% clip in that first round. Three a game.
Who cares?
That's the average.
Who cares about the
All I'm
2016-17 playoffs? That's not.
All I'm
KD
saying
wasn't
is
even there.
all I'm saying is okay. The year KD was there, he shot right below league average for threes. But
On
regardless,
wide open threes. That's not spacing.
again. The blame I give is to Kevin Durant and Westbrook because they played like ass. This is not a situation where they blew a 3-1 lead to the Warriors because no one else was hitting shots. No,
Right.
it came
Yeah, I'm
down
not gonna
to
lie, you
them
missed the
making
point I
dumbass
said,
plays.
Yeah, you
I'm
missed the
not.
point.
You missed my point. You brought up your own point for arguing it. I'm arguing my point of what I'm blaming them for. I'm not just sitting here.
Yeah, but
simply
that's
blaming
irrelevant to
Westbrook.
why we started this conversation.
Okay.
You said KD left because of Russ. I said no, he didn't. He said the reason he left is because other than him and Russ, there wasn't any spacing. They had a bunch of athletes on the floor. I don't care why you blame them for losing. I didn't even bring that up. You just said that for no reason. I said KD didn't leave because of Russ. You saying, oh, well, Russ and KD played bad, irrelevant. Nothing to do with anything we was talking about. So you missed my point, brought up a new point, and then said I missed yours. Respectfully, your point doesn't matter because that's not what we was talking about. You just wanted to blame them again for no reason when that wasn't why we was talking. It was
Damo,
about why KD left OKC.
You're a hater, Damo.
So you blaming Russ
You're
and
a hater,
KD for
Damo.
losing.
You
is
are a
irrelevant. You're
hater.
just trying to
Hey,
hate.
Damo.
And I know you're
You're a
hater,
hater,
so
Damo.
it's
You've
fine.
already said that.
But don't act like
I just wanna
you're
make sure we clear, Damo.
any sense.
You're a
You're saying
hater.
it just to hate.
Okay.
Player,
hater.
Yeah, you're
hater.
saying it just to hate.
You're a hater,
That's it.
Damo.
You're just saying it
That's
just to
it.
hate.
I'm not
Period.
trying.
You're a
I
hater.
hate on
That's
both,
fine.
not
I'm
just
saying
one.
it's
I don't want to come off as I'm hating on just Russ. No, I'm hating on Russ and KD.
Okay,
Of
just want to make
course,
sure we
yes,
clear.
you're hating on both.
All right.
That's really what it was.
Okay.
That's really what it
Just wanna
was.
make sure
I
we
don't want it to be deemed. I'm
Okay,
just hating
just
on
wanna
Russ.
make sure
I'm
we
not.
clear.
I'm hating on Russ and KD. That's why I'm blaming them
Yes.
both.
Hating
That's
on both of
really
them,
what it
yes.
is.
With right.
Well, I think this is. I think this is a good time to go ahead and get into what Paul George said about Russell Westbrook. You guys brace yourself, put your seatbelts on. I guess I was right. Me and Ticket were right because Paul George said that Russell Westbrook is a top 25 player. He said, "quote unquote," I know what players can do and where they rank. Russ is top 20, 25, easy, and he said 20 to 25, not 2025. Oh, speaking of which, tag team partner of the world. What it do, Ticket TV?
Ron taking credit and all he did was split a tiebreaker because I voted.
That's
for
all he
Russell.
did, Mars. That's
But
it.
I guess just leave me out when I'm the reason there was even a tiebreaker in the first place.
All right, my
And I had
bad,
to-
my bad,
And
my bad.
also, he was gonna pick Siakam until I convinced him. But sure, Ron, take the credit. Nice one.
Hey, man. Hey, I made the shot. Hey, it doesn't matter if it was a tip in. It doesn't matter if it was a free throw. It doesn't matter if it was a half-court buzzer beater. The
I
point
mean,
was
you
credited
said
to me,
I
Mars.
convinced you, but here you are taking my credit away. But
Mars, I was just trying to be a
No,
good teammate and
whatever,
give you
whatever,
some of the,
that's
you
fine,
know,
whatever.
you know how people say it wasn't on me. My teammates did this.
Oh, Ron.
Appreciate you, Mars. Yeah, but how do we feel about Paul George saying this about Russell Westbrook, that he's a top 20-25 player?
Saying what he has to say for his teammate.
He's a goddamn lie, and we all know it.
Yeah, that's fine. He's
Yeah.
lying.
Paul George is like Russell Westbrook's like biggest fan. If I'm not mistaken. Like I've seen Paul George give Russ so much love. And granted, he got him a job outside of the Lakers when he was on the chopping block and nobody knew where he was going to end up. But everybody was like, oh, he could fit in LA. They got Paul George. They're best friends. And then he plays phenomenal basketball when he gets there in a system that fits him, where he can fit into. So I'm not surprised that he's saying he's between top 20 and top 25. It may not be accurate.
From a talent standpoint, is it a crazy take?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Ridiculous.
But
no, it's not. Big guys.
I don't think
Name from a talent standpoint, are there 30 players in the NBA today more talented than Russell?
No.
Real quick, I want to know
No.
real quick. So what are we talking about from a talent?
I'm talking about undeniable.
The thing that Russell Westbrook
hold on, real quick. Are you talking about who can jump higher or run faster? Are you talking
No, that's
about
athleticism. That's not talent.
Well, that's part.
Okay, well,
That's
I mean,
part.
yeah, there's ton. Yeah,
Giannis?
I mean, I'll start.
Okay, first and foremost, Mars, just because I can run fast and jump high, that doesn't mean I can
Jalen
play.
Brown, Jason Tatum,
It doesn't, but it's a
Kyrie
part of
Irving,
talent. It's a
Luka
part.
Doncic, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry. Who haven't I said?
That's
I'll
8.
still go with Shea,
Okay, 9,
De'Aaron,
10,
Jimmy, Devin Booker,
11,
Donovan Mitchell.
13.
I think that's 14.
Okay, I'm sorry, 14.
Go 14.
I'm sorry, 14.
Who else we got?
Darius
Where am I?
Garland. Are you naming
We can
Cleveland
go-
Cavaliers?
Yeah, we
Yo,
got Darius
why are
Garland.
we talking about talent? We can sit around and name a whole bunch of guys that can obviously shoot better than Russ. We can name a bunch of guys that have more dribble moves than Russ. We can name a lot of guys whose games look prettier than Russ. What are we talking about? Can we talk about production? Can we
I'm talking about better basketball players.
Production hurts the argument.
I'm naming better basketball players.
Production hurts the argument.
Why does it hurt the argument?
7-7 is not top 25.
No. Oh, I'm talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about the last time we seen him.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, when his actual
Is that what you convinced me about?
Hold on, Ticket.
Yeah,
I ain't hear what you said, Ticket. What you say, Ticket?
I said I know I just got here. I want to interject. It's funny how the real players, the Negroes that played in the National Basketball Association, agree with me and Chilltown and them on this. So look, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say this, Ron. Darius Garland, you give him his own team. You give him his own team, he can't do what Russ did. Now we've gone off the perception of what Russ did with the Lakers. That's it. We're not talking about what he did when he turned around, because they were headed nowhere fast with the Clippers. When he turned around the Clippers at the end of the season, and they went from being the worst offensive team in the league to being one of the top offensive teams in the time he was there in the entire NBA. Then we're not going to talk about what he did with the Wizards when he went over there and single-handedly took them to the playoffs when Bradley Beal couldn't do that. He did that. But you guys are but you guys are making one situation that didn't work out for him because he was with the Lakers. And now everybody because before he went to the Lakers, nobody had this type of criticism about Russ. You had criticisms, but nobody was disrespecting him, saying he wasn't one of the top players or top 30 players in the league. So he goes and plays with one guy. It doesn't work. Now, all of a sudden, he's not one of the best players in the league no more. And here's the thing. The guys you guys are naming, a lot of these guys, Spidey Mitchell ain't did more than what Russ has done by himself. What do he do? Go to the second round? Okay, that's it. Or what about Darius Garland? Hold on. If you leave Darius Garland on that team by himself, they ain't even making the playoffs. So how is he better than Russ? Well, Russ went and took the Wizards to the playoffs, and he's supposed to be so much talented. He had to get Spidey and all that other help over there just to get to the playoffs. So let's cut that cap out too. Now, and again, Bob named 16, 17 guys. You ain't getting the 25, 30 guys that's better than Russ, and we sit up and have a legitimate conversation. Now, this year is going to be the real gauge. That's why I told y'all. In my opinion, he's going to lead the league in assists this year. And I have the Clippers run to tell you in the NBA Finals this year, losing to the Bucks. But I think Russell Westbrook, this season, now we have a whole season, he's gonna put up around 17 points, 10 assists, 10, 11 assists, and around 6, 7 rebounds a game this year. Because now he's gonna have a more defined role. He's gonna play the most games on that team out of all those guys. You understand? Because he's the most durable. You understand? And so and like I said, y'all, this is BS, man. When y'all
if Russ is leading the league in assists, and that means that Paul George is on the floor a lot. That means Kawhi Leonard is on the floor a lot. That means that Zubac is on the floor a lot. That means all of these guys are on the floor if he's leading the league in assists. And if that's going on, that means that the Clippers at the top of the Western Conference.
But
you know what else that means?
Chill. He doesn't need that. Chill. He was one of the leaders in assists with Steven Adams. So he don't need all those guys you said. Russ he can still get assists with dudes like Zubac. He can still get assists with if you're a big man and can just finish around the basket like Plumlee, Russ gonna pick up 3 or 4 assists off you. He showed you that when he was in OKC with all those big men that weren't talented scorers like he was doing with Steven Adams and all those guys. So Russ, he's an assist machine. All I'm saying is that the disrespect, bro, because he had a bad situation. Now he's in a very good fit for his skills. Now he's on a team where the coach gives him a rock and lets him be him. Y'all can't discount. Everybody discounted what he did because he played with the Lakers, bro. Everybody can't play with LeBron because LeBron James has the ball in his hands a lot. So if you're a point guard that needs the ball a lot, it's not going to work out well. You know what I'm saying? When your game is predicated off that. Guys like D Wade and Kyrie, they had to take their games back and then had to step up in certain moments. Russ is the type of dude, he's 100 all day long, and the Clippers allow him to be that way. So he's giving it to you on both ends, offensively and defensively. And let's not take this back. You guys not adding this point in. If Kawhi Leonard doesn't get hurt, they beat the Suns in that first round, and they're probably going to the Western Conference Finals last year to play the Nuggets.
Yeah,
I don't know who's doing it. I can't speak for I can't speak for nobody in here. I only can speak for myself. When I talk about Russell Westbrook and make any foreseeable projection for Russell Westbrook, I could give a shit what he did for the Lakers. I can care less about Westbrook on the Lakers that I'm criticizing or talking about. When you look at Westbrook on the Lakers and Westbrook on the Clippers last year, I'm looking and that's what I promise you, if I was making faces, it's not because what Ticker was saying. It's because looking at his numbers, production-wise, from the Lakers to the Clippers, the numbers were the exact same. He was just more efficient.
But you're not. But see, you're looking at numbers. I'm looking at the game. You're looking at numbers, Damo. I'm not looking at numbers. I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the report. You always talk about watching players, Damo.
Ticket, cool. And if I could finish, that'd be great too. What I'm saying is, it was crazy because he seemed like he was just playing so much better, but the production was the same. And if we're having a conversation about the top 25, top 30 players, I'm sorry. I feel like in terms of offense and defense, and yes, granted in the playoffs, he outplayed his regular season production. He elevated his game in the playoffs, given a bigger role because Kawhi wasn't there for majority of the series. Cool. But the projection for Russell Westbrook is who he is as a third option, which is what he's going to be on this team. And I think it's fair to say you can name 30 players that are just better than Russ right now.
Wait a minute.
Now having this conversation about Russ, it has nothing to do with what he did the 1 year on the Wizards or what he did the year he won MVP. All the legacy stuff is going out the window because we're not talking about all-time Russ. We're talking about Russ right now, what he's going to do for a team. Now, certain teams, he will fit and it will be fine for. A lot of Clippers. He works for the Clippers. And I don't think he's going to have a bad season for the Clippers. But it is fair to say that even Russ playing well still isn't a top 30 player in the NBA.
Hold on, chill. I got this. Hold on, chill. I got this meal right here. So hold on. So let me ask you something then. Playboy. So you telling me, based off what you've seen, the last time you seen Russ, since we ain't talking about years ago, we ain't talking about none of that. The last time you seen Russ, you don't think that Russ is like a top 30 player in the league. The last time you seen Russ on the court.
No.
This nigga need to go to hell. This nigga need to go straight to hell.
But Damo, wouldn't that be?
Hey, Ron, it's a special place in hell for a nigga like this. But Damo, he need to go straight to hell. Straight to hell, nigga. Straight to hell. If you gonna hold on, chill. If you gonna tell me, chill, the Russell Westbrook we just seen ain't top 30 in the league. Bro, what the hell is going on, man?
I got a first class seat on the way down. I
That's
know
hate, bro. That's
Damo.
When I call you a hater, Damo, that's what I be talking about, bro. When I call you a hater. Chilltown. Anybody else play like that, Chilltown? Anybody else play like that, Chilltown? I'm talking about on both ends, Chilltown, offensively and defensively.
I'm looking at what Damo's saying. I mean, I'm listening to what you're saying, Damo. And wouldn't that be the ticket's point? The fact that the way that they was using him in Los Angeles, you just brought up his numbers. The way that they was using him in Los Angeles with the Clippers, as opposed to the way that they were using him with the Lakers, he was more effective. So you ain't really get to see his game as you should have seen his game like he was when he was with the Clippers. So that doesn't diminish him. They were just using him different in Los Angeles with the Lakers, so that makes him look worse. So now he gets with the Clippers, He's on a unit where he's the primary ball handler. He's the distributor, which is what he was when he was in Oklahoma City, which is what he was when he was in Washington, which is what he was now. When he was a top 15 player, when he was a top 10 player. So now he's doing those same things and looking and with the Clippers, looking sharp. So now what we're going to do is we're going to still look at him, even though he's doing those same things, and go off of that and go, yo, Russell Westbrook is not a top 30 player. What are you basing that on? If you're being honest.
The years that you're talking about where you're calling him a top 10 or 15 player, if you're talking about the Washington years or whatever, again, this is why I say people got to do their homework. I'm not talking, this isn't a recent thing. I've been moving Westbrook down on my list. So if when he was on Washington, you were saying he's still top 15, why did you think he was top 15 in Washington? I think he was in the middle of being 20 to 25 when he was in Washington.
Especially in the playoffs.
As a talent, cool. Russ is a talent is cool.
And a production standard. And from a talent and a production standpoint, or is it just a talent? I'm listening to you. Keep going, Damo.
If we're talking if we're talking talent, cool. If we're talking production, cool. But if his production,
and he led the league in assists that year,
right? You can't do that. You can't do that, Damo.
Production is not leading the wins. How much am I really?
They made the playoffs, Damo.
A team that was future made the playoffs, Damo.
Hold on. Yeah, they played 5 games.
Hold on,
years, right?
They weren't even picked to make the playoffs. He went to the Wizards and literally turned them around and made them a playoff team.
But then when they got to the playoffs, he shot.
Hold on. I got him. Hold on, chill. I got him. I got Zesty down here. I got his ass. So you saying? Hold on. So you saying? Hold on. You saying? I mean, my bad. ZZ. You saying? This what you saying, right? You saying? Oh, look what happened till they got to the playoffs. Well, if you're gonna tell the truth, tell the whole truth. Why could they play Russ like that in the playoffs? Who was compromised on his team? His second best player.
But you just talked about what he did to get them to the playoffs and how if he's the number one option,
right? That's a part of your. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get it up. You don't downgrade James Harden. Look what he do every year. You don't downgrade James Harden, and James Harden come up small every year in the playoffs, and you don't downgrade
James Harden.
Yeah, exactly. Nigga, ain't nobody talking about James Harden. Sit back, chill. Let me cook you for this time. All right, let's calm down. Here's the thing about Russell Westbrook. Here's the thing about Russell Westbrook that pisses me off. Anytime that we are analyzing a player of Russell Westbrook's caliber, if we point out where his deficiencies lie, which are shooting and sometimes decision making, we get labeled as a hater. You mean to tell me that it is wrong of us to look at Russell Westbrook, a player who is a top 10 point guard all time? Don't get me wrong. In some people's, he's a top 5 point guard. Not in mine. Why? Because I value efficiency alongside playmaking. And I also value turnovers and the lack thereof, if you will.
Stop right there. So you say you cooking me, right? If you value turnovers, why you ain't hold on? If you value turnovers, if you value turnovers, why you ain't value the same turnovers of LeBron?
Ticket, hold up, Ticket. Let him finish. Let him finish, Ticket. Let him finish.
So why you ain't value that? Why you ain't value them turnovers?
Ticket,
why
let
you ain't
him
value them
finish.
turnovers from LeBron James?
Let me get it off. Thank you very much.
Go ahead and get it off. Set it off.
Thank you. So you are the one that brought up the Washington Wizards years to me. And in that playoff postseason run, Russ did average a triple-double. Back to Damo's point, if the triple-double, because Russell Westbrook fans love bringing this up, when Russ averages triple-double in the regular season, it results to wins. What does that do in the postseason? Russ averaed a triple-double.
Didn't we see LeBron James get swept averaging that triple-double? Haven't you seen LeBron James get swept averaging that triple-double in the playoffs? Hold on. ZZ, your ass is on the docket. You on the docket today. Hey, ZZ, did you downgrade LeBron James when he averaged? Did you downgrade LeBron James when he got swept in the playoffs?
Ticket, let him finish. Let him finish, Ticket.
When LeBron James got swept in the playoffs, did he downgrade LeBron James on his list? Yes or no?
I can yell too. Because I listen to what the hell you saying, because you keep on interrupting me, thinking I'm going to give you that same disrespect back. Here's the thing. Sit your mouth. Sit down. Shut the hell up. I know you won't shut your mouth. However many rock quotes you want to give out today. Shut your mouth. Like I was saying. Ain't nobody bring up LeBron. Ain't nobody bring up James Harden. Your dumbass did. Now listen. Russell Westbrook, like I said, top 10 point guard all time. A lot of people might put him in their top 5. Whatever. I do not value Russell Westbrook's production if he can go out there and average a triple-double like he did in 2021 for the Wizards, but shoot 33% from the field and less than, hold on, let me pull this up right now, 33% from the field alongside 25% from 3. You think that's moving me because he averages triple-double? What the hell? Okay, great. Yeah, he averaged 10 rebounds, 11 assists. 33% from the field is inexcusable. 25% from three is inexcusable, especially coming from your point guard, not to mention the 4 turnovers that he averaged. So if you are willing to bat for Russell Westbrook, it seems like you are, go ahead and tell me if I'm wrong here for pointing out his deficiencies as a point guard.
I'm not saying you're wrong. 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 I'm saying you're not. I'm saying you're not right. I'm not saying you're wrong about his stats and his production. Hold on, chill. I'm not saying you're wrong about his. What I'm saying is that you're wrong because you're degrading and downgrading the player, and you didn't even talk about the circumstances in that series against Philly. Here's my point. Nobody in here, when LeBron James got swept in the first round and when he did in the playoffs, nobody in here, nobody downgraded LeBron James as a player. They always talked about who he was playing against or being overmatched. But you didn't give Russ that same respect when he was overmatched pretty much all those years without KD and overmatched with the Wizards because his second best player was hurt. His other player was hurt. So, and then he was going up against a Philly team, right, who had their top guns, right? So my question to you is, since you value turnovers, when Russ was with the Lakers last year before he went to the Clippers, why you didn't value those same turnovers LeBron James had? Because LeBron James and Russ was only a few percentage points in difference in turnovers, but you don't want to talk about that capping ass nigga. Now bring it now. I want you to bring that. Bring that.
Can I just ask?
Oh, he need a backup answer now?
Now it's 5v1 against Ticket.
It's not 5v1. It's 2v2. Chill with time.
I'm on Ticket side. I got you. Hey, I get Ticket. I got your back.
No one's gonna jump.
Mars, what's up, Mars? You want smoke too?
I just want to ask you,
man.
why does no one keep the same energy?
Whatever.
Why is the energy not the same when we're talking about Joel Embiid then? Why is it? Why is it?
Yes, it
no,
is,
it's
Damo.
not. No,
Yes,
wait.
it is.
James Harden was on the court.
Wait, hold on. Stop. When I say the notion of keeping it the same with Joel Embiid, when Joel Embiid puts up these great numbers in the regular season, gets his team to the playoffs, all that is fine, but you look at him as a playoff dropper and you hold it as a knock against them. And now when we're doing lists, now when we're doing player rankings, you're putting all these people above Joel Embiid because you just know he's going to be injured or he's going to play bad. Even though he plays through his injuries and relatively plays better more than he plays worse, but his numbers are still seem to dip from the regular season to the playoffs.
Right.
But when we look at Russell Westbrook over his playoff career, all these years you're talking about, when you go to the playoffs, he dips, but no one talks about that. Now it's time for context. Now it's time for, who was he against? What was guys like playing with them? Who wasn't there? But you don't do that for Embiid. You don't talk about the guys that cost Embiid shots. You don't talk about the guys that may have or may have not been hurt playing next to Embiid. We're not doing none of that. We just say Embiid's numbers drop. Oh, he's a playoff dropper. So keep the same energy when it comes to Russell Westbrook.
Question,
keep the energy the same.
Question, Damo. Where's Joel Embiid ranked right now in the NBA in terms of players?
For you.
I'm gonna say, for me,
where do you have him at?
No lower than 6.
So you have him no lower than 6.
Damo, where do you have him for real?
Let's just say
when we did our rankings for real, he was 3 or 4 on my list.
Okay, so with that being said, with the numbers, with him dropping in the playoffs, you still think he's a top 5 player in the game. With that being said, so with that also being said, Russell Westbrook, with what he's doing, is still a top 30 player in the game. Nobody's saying he's a top 5 player. Nobody's saying he's a top 15 player. He's still a top 30 player with what he's been doing, considering what he did when he got on that Clipper team, the ball handler that he was, the distributor that he was, the playmaker that he was, how much better he made that Clipper team. Add that all up to the fact that they're going to be better this year. Considering health,
be better.
They should be better. They should be better considering health. Even though I'm out on the Clippers, they should be better considering health. And if that happens, we're going to still be talking about Russell Westbrook like being a top 25, top 30 player in the game. So the idea that because he drops in the playoffs, it didn't affect your ranking with Joel Embiid. You know why? Because you still look at him the same way.
Because you biased. So you use that against Russ. And I'm glad you got it, Chitchat. I'm glad you got it. Hold on. You still, because when we came in here ranked, you still had Joel Embiid in the top 5. And all I was saying is, how can he be up in the top 1? Hold on. How can he be 1 or 2 in the league when he has dropped off in the playoffs the last few years? But you dropped Russ off a cliff based off what you've seen the last couple of years. Especially in the postseason.
The last couple of years, he's continuously been dropping. That's my thing. You know
what do you mean?
Him high. I have continuously dropped Russ year by year, and now we're at the point where I just don't think he's top 30 anymore.
When did he start dropping the Joel Embiid?
Damo, you had him.
When did you stop dropping your opinion,
Damo, you just told us in Washington.
I started dropping him in 2018. I started dropping him. And when I say that, I had him top 5 at max 3. In my top 5 or max 3 by that time. And since then, he's continuously dropped. Now he's at a point to where I don't think he's top 30. Now, do I think he's top 50? In all honesty, without the fucking trolls and all that shit, take the bias hat off. Yes, Russ is a top 50 player in the NBA. Of course. I just don't think
so you don't think Russ right now is hold on. You don't think Russ right now is better than Tyrese Halliburton?
No, I don't.
This nigga need to get off the hey, chill town. Hey, chill town. I can't talk to you niggas, man. This nigga just said it.
I think it's a solid amount. It's a decent amount of point guards I can name. Well, it depends what you
Damo, you just told me.
I can name a good amount of point guards I think are better than Westbrook. And
Damo, you just told me that when he was in Washington, you still had him as a top 20 player. And once he left Washington and went to the Lakers, he fell off a cliff for you. Because how do I go from being a top 20 player to now I'm out the top 100?
Do guys not get better? Do guys not get added to the league between that time?
Almost 100 guys? But almost 80 guys?
Wait, what are we talking about? When I did the
221.
And again.
I'm not, no. I'm not talking about the 220. We just had a conversation not too long ago when we saw Russell Westbrook at number 94, and you were all in favor of that. So Russell Westbrook is just 2 years ago in Washington. 2.5 years ago. He's in Washington. He's a top 20 player for you. We go from that to now. He's not even a top 100 player. How do 80 guys in 2 years? Is Russ that bad?
I mean, if you ask me, I would say
yes.
Hey, that's crazy. Damo, that's crazy.
If you ask me,
I'm asking you. I'm asking you, Damo. I'm asking you.
My gut reaction is to say yes, he's that bad. But if I stop being biased, if I take the troll hat off, I would say he's around 50 to 30, 50 to 35, 36 35 to 36. But that's where I have Westbrook. He's in that tier of player right now. In all actuality. But if you seriously ask me, yo, 94 is he that low? Nah, honestly, he's lower. He should be a couple spots lower. That's what I'm going to tell you. But I'm honest with you. Listen, chill. It's one thing I'll never do. I'll never lie to you. I'll be honest with you.
I can get with you.
Hey, somebody got them kids beaming in my background like they get ready to beat the hell out of somebody.
Hey, well, we'll see who it is once somebody just starts getting jumped.
For the first time, it ain't my kids.
Man, you won't be hitting the back of their head, bro. All I heard was Well, I'm
so they might get their ass whipped, don't they?
Hey, they go inside somebody's head.
All right, y'all. We got a bunch of super chats. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dive into these super chats, and then we're gonna get everybody's finals predictions. I can't wait to get to that. But super chats from the top. Brian Holiday said, "Opening day. Let's get it.
The NBA season is upon us. Let's do it."
Alan R said Scotty Barnes never beating the allegations. Do we know what allegations are being thrust upon Scotty Barnes? Anybody?
I only know one allegation, and
it's the Dwight Howard allegations.
No, it's not those type of allegations. It's I don't think it's true.
What is it, Damo?
It's about his where he is on the spectrum. Those type of allegations. Yeah, where he is on the spectrum for real. Was his butt shorter than everybody else's? They just didn't tell nobody. Those are the allegations that I've heard.
Got you. Okay. Well, keeping it pushing, Your Highness Charles said, laughing my ass off, Sixers aren't accepting that trash ass package. If we trade Embiid, it's going to be a KD package, if not more. The Knicks package is horrible.
The delusional Philadelphia 76er fan. Oh boy, it never changes.
And then he sent the follow-up super chat and said, Grilltown, don't make me get on your helmet, sir.
Please do it. Please. I'm not. Yeah, you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
That's a bad trade for both teams. Man. That's just not. Nobody gets better.
Nah, that's a good trade for the Sixers. If they're blowing it up and saying I'm done with the process era, for them, they keep it maxi and they adding those guys on top of that team.
They need more picks than that, Damo. They can't just rock with one pick because Julius Randle's at the end. I mean, they're really gonna get RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, James, hold on for a second, yo. James, you think that's funny to call me a dude that's drugging chicks? You think that shit is funny? Y'all dudes in the comments, y'all dudes is wild and y'all mad disrespectful. And I know for a fact that 95 to 99% of you dudes won't say that shit to my face. You dudes is sucker ass dudes, man. I mean that shit, yo. You dudes is for real suckers.
Chitchat was a crooked correctional officer, and he'll beat the hell out you dogs.
Y'all dudes is suckers, man. I mean that shit. Both of y'all dudes. Y'all dudes is all y'all dudes.
LL Cool J catch. You should stick that baton all the way up there.
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Big Op. Go ahead.
Yeah, like James, I just had to throw James in timeout because that was crazy. Yo, chat, y'all be cool, yo. Like we can be funny, but don't take it too far. Man.
Is it a real trade? Did they send a trade out, or is that what they? Is it?
It's speculation. It's speculation, Cruz. It's speculation that this is on the table. Would you do this?
Why would? But I think old boy probably could benefit from that. What's your boy Nick Nurse? I think that's his type of team. You get Julius Randle over there with those other guys. I think that might work.
I like it. I like it for the Knicks, to be honest with you. I do.
Yeah, I don't like it for anybody. It's not. I don't think it's a bad trade. I just don't think it makes either of the teams better. Maybe it might make the Knicks a little better, but not like, you know what I'm saying. And I think I heard what y'all saying, like if they were able to.
No. So the trade was.
But that's what I'm saying. Just Brunson and Joel.
No, that makes them real better. Hey, Bob, that makes them.
Hold on. Let me finish. I think it would get better if somebody brought up D Mitch. Like if the Knicks did that move and then they were bringing D Mitch too. Okay, now I see where you're going with it. Like that's great for the Knicks. But if they're just doing that and then let's see what happens, I don't like that for anybody.
I feel like for the Knicks, I was just saying, I feel like for the Knicks in that situation, and I'll make it quick, it still leaves them with enough role players and everything else, so they're not gutted how the Suns were when they traded for KD, and also opens up their books to be able to get a D Mitch if he doesn't re-sign with the Cavs and makes it clear he wants to come to New York. I feel like, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that frees their books up to be able to sign a guy like D Mitch or whatever it takes. They can get D Mitch as well. And for the Sixers, you can easily just move off of RJ Barrett and try to get some draft capital, or get rid of Julius Randle and try to get some draft capital off that as well. You also get Mitchell Robinson. There's other players where you can be like, all right, if it doesn't work with this guy or this particular guy, I can move off them for more picks. But you're competitively tanking. It's like what the Thunder did when they got Chris Paul and was able to go to the playoffs and also still have good picks. That kind of ordeal.
If he doesn't make that team better, then that trade was to go down. He ain't as good as we say he ain't no MVP. I mean, because if you put him with Jalen Brunson's already showed you can win playoff games by himself. He showed you that doubt. So I'm just saying, like, if you put an MVP with him, forget Julius Randle over there. You know what I'm saying? I know Mars doesn't get on Julius Randle. Forget that. If you put him over there with him and they don't get, I ain't saying they got to be a championship team, but if they don't get better than what they are right now, he ain't worth it. He not as good as we say he is then. When you move an MVP to a team Chilltown in their prime, and you put him with another dude that's a French all-star, that team's supposed to get better, bro.
Joel and Bum.
Hey, they was a 4 or 5 seed last year.
Who? Philly?
The Knicks was there a 4 or 5 seed? Knicks?
5.
There was a 5. So if they was getting Embiid, we just speculated. If they was getting Embiid, where you think they should go? Ticket 3, 2,
5 seed,
3.
top three seed in the East, period. No other way around it, because they should be better than Philly then. Top three seed in the East.
But who do they got left on that team, though? Ticket.
Hold on. Let me give you one thing, Bob. If you put Hakeem with Clyde Drexler, I don't give a damn who else you got on that team. I don't give you got Tony Braxton on the goddamn team. Nigga, they gonna win some games.
Yeah, but you said Hakeem and Clyde Drexler. Jalen Brunson ain't no Clyde Drexler.
But
Joel ain't no
he's a but he's a fringe all-star who probably will be an all-star this year. If the Knicks do what they did again last year, they will vote him to the all-star game this year. Yeah. So he's basically an all-star. He's averaging what, 24 points a game, 24 points a game, something like that.
But so Ticket, once again, y'all just gonna walk past you just putting Jalen Brunson and Clyde Drexler?
No. But you're not hearing what I'm saying though. I'm saying that the level Clyde was playing at when he played with Hakeem wasn't nowhere near his level. I'm saying you putting dudes So I'm saying that you putting Jalen Brunson going into his prime with Embiid that's in his prime. I don't give a damn if you put Tony. You can put LiAngelo Ball, Hello Ball, LeVar Ball with it. Damn it, they gonna win some games. If they don't win games, that's their fault, bro. Real talk. You don't put an MVP in their prime, Bob, on a team with another dude that's a fringe all-star, and they're not supposed to get better. No, because you're giving up Julius Randle and what? Picks?
No, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson.
Hold on. So don't you think that Embiid's worth those three together already right now? He gives you the defense Robinson gives you. He gives you the offense that Randall and what you call it give you to put combined. That all three of them get combined. He gives you the offense because the league is scoring. So he gives you all those three players.
I can hear what you're saying on paper. I can dig what you're saying on paper for sure. All I'm saying is I think they go from a 5 seed to a 5 seed. Like I don't think they get better.
You don't think they get better?
Here's why I think you Cap. Would you give up Sabonis for Embiid right now? Would you give up Sabonis and the boy you brag about all the time for Embiid right now? No, I'm saying Sabonis and the boy you brag about all the time. What's the boy's name?
Keegan Murray.
No.
I'm not giving up Keegan Murray.
Would you give up Sabonis and Keegan Murray? See, that's Chilltown. That's the cap right there. That Bob ass would be fired right now.
Fire me, but I'm not giving. I'm not. Look, you're
not giving up Keegan Murray and who else he said for Joel Embiid.
If you want DeMontis for Joel, like cool, okay, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and be
not giving up Keegan Murray too.
No. But Keegan Murray, no.
Chill. Remember, he thinks Keegan Murray's going to be as good as Jason Tatum one day. Remember,
Ron, that is Ron, and that is the cap on player's choice that I expose to y'all. When you talk, when I'm saying come here talk shit,
cap. It's not cap. It could be wrong. It could be wrong. Like I could be wrong about it, but I'm not capping. I'm just not giving up Keegan Murray.
Nigga, that's cap. Nigga, you say you wouldn't give up.
It's not cap.
You say you wouldn't give up those two for MVP.
I don't give a damn about no MVP. You think I give a damn about a Grammy?
All right, y'all. We gotta keep it pushing though. We got more super chats. MP13 said, "Chill. Can you explain exactly what Magic birthed? I don't see guards over 6'7" running a fast-paced offense to the same frequencies that you see guards shooting high-volume threes.
But you see
that spread to the league.
But you see 6'8" and 6'9" guards in the game. That's the point. Before Magic, there are no big guards. He birthed the big guard. Before Magic, the 6'9" player played on the block. Before Magic, the 6'9" player was the dirty work guy. Now all of a sudden, Magic shows up and the game speeds up with him at the big guard spot, and you can play that way. So he did birth that.
Hey, I got breaking news. Bradley Beal injured, out, not playing already. Them niggas is sad, bro. Get them niggas off the court.
You heard it here first.
Them niggas trash. Them niggas trash. Trash,
Appreciate
Ron.
you, Ticket.
Trash right now,
Ticket
Ron.
dropping breaking news on y'all.
Some just reported this right now. Bradley Beal ass is gone with a fucked up back. Get his ass out of here. I told y'all. They exposed to the whole world. They gone, bro. Them fools, hey, Chilltown, they can't even go into game one. Game one healthy, bro. The hell wrong with these people, man?
I mean, in all fairness, we did already talk about that.
And you did glaze them, Bob. You did glaze them, Bob. Well, glaze them now, Bob. See if they go to the finals now. So they can't
call it what you want, glaze or whatever. The Suns running through the West.
All right, we gonna get to that in a second. We gonna get to that. Julius Irvin sent through the super chat and said they changed the criteria for Jokic. He shouldn't have won it as a 6 seed. It's the same reason they said Kobe didn't win it over Nash.
They changed it for Russell Westbrook 5 years earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what he was the first one that changed it. But yeah, I agree.
So why we keep saying Kobe over Nash? It was two other guys ahead of him. It wasn't like it was Nash and Kobe. It was two other guys ahead of him too. He finished 4th that year in league MVP votes. Just so we clear, guys. It wasn't like he lost out to Nash. No, he also lost out to Dirk and LeBron James too. So
hey, BMW in the comment section. You talking about me? I hope you ain't got a BMW. A body made wrong. Don't play with me, girl.
No Cat Prince said if Dub would have drafted Mustard, it would have been a Jordan Poole and Draymond all over again.
Who's who?
Yes, it would have been. Yes, it would have been.
MP13 with a super chat said Kenyon and Gilbert literally said Kyrie might be the best player on the Mavs. I'm convinced most players don't know what they're talking about.
It's not 100. That's not a 100% crazy take, and I don't agree with a lot of shit Gilbert really says. But I'm not too upset about that one.
He didn't say that. Actually, Kenyon Martin said that.
Well, Kenyon, I'm just not upset with that take.
We don't understand that these players are playing the same media game that the non-basketball players are playing too. They understand what gets clicks, what gets you. They're playing the same game we're playing, the same game ESPN is playing. They're playing it too. Some people just give their takes more credence, fair or not fair, whatever. They're playing the same game. They know what's going to go viral. They know what's popular. They know they need the crazy takes. It's not very different. Like they're doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. So
L Dog 661 with the super chat said, "Did y'all talk about Bill and Book running from the big three of Wardell, Klay, and CP3? So is Book route too?
Book dealing with the toe, but I don't know.
He's
he might
questionable.
play 50-50.
Bro, how these fools supposed to win a championship? They can't even be healthy for game one, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, yo, Chill Town. They will be the biggest bust in the NBA this season, bro. We can't even get to game one. This fool got turf toe, and the other dude, his neck and his back. Come on, man. Hey, bro, y'all stop. And then, and you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna overtax KD ass, and he gonna F around and get hurt again. And me come right here limping and acting like a goddamn fool. Come on, man. Hey, y'all better. Hey, Bob, you got enough time to come off that pick, Bob.
It ain't too late.
I can't do it. I can't do a ticket. I can't do a ticket.
So me talking.
I can't do a ticket. I got to stand on that. I got to stand.
Drink more water,
especially because they shut up that bench,
hey, buddy, you calling me soft? Didn't you have back surgery? I mean, that means Augusta winter come and blow your little ass over. What are you talking about? Get your 115-pound ass out of here talking to me about being soft. Shut your little ass up.
W back surgery.
Get the hell out of here.
Say W back surgery.
Weak spine ass nigga. Get your ass out.
Yo.
Fuck out of here.
Our back surgery, I guess.
Drink more water said, which team that gave a contract extensions to players this past offseason will regret the extension most in some years? I'd say either the Sacramento Kings with Sabonis or the Charlotte Hornets with LiAngelo Ball.
Lonzo Ball.
LaMelo.
LaMelo Ball.
You try to correct me and do the same thing as fire. One of them balls.
Yeah, one of them. One of them 6'5" niggas. Hey, but first of all, bro, you can keep DeMontis out of there, man. Why y'all love hating on DeMontis so much? It kills me.
It's literally because he's a king.
I know, Damo. That's what I'm saying. I know we can do no right. Crazy. That's all right. Shit. Hey, we've been the underdogs. We good in our doghouse.
Hey, they love B Fox though.
Who do y'all think is gonna regret their contract extensions the most though? Some years down the road. And by the way, Giannis just signed a 3-year contract extension too. Not saying put him on this list, but just informing y'all for those who don't know.
That's the one they're gonna regret right there. Not because of Giannis's play. He's gonna live up to that money. Y'all relax. I'm not saying anything about Giannis. I'm just saying they got to pay Dame 60 mil and Giannis 60 mil.
I think they
Didn't they just extend Chris Middleton?
Chris Middleton.
Yes, they did.
Too.
But the difference
that's the contract shit.
But that's the contract that they're gonna move though with Middleton.
But
and
Big Smoke, you don't know shit about basketball, Big Smoke. So then nobody asked you what you thought, bro. They
basically traded 2 years of Drew Holiday, who already made it clear that he out after these 2 years is up on his deal, for 4 years of Dame and 4 years of Giannis. So I mean, it does make sense.
Well, that's not true, Chief. Giannis got a player option on that. Giannis is smart. He didn't sign the full thing. Giannis is like, hey, look, dog. He got a 2-year window with Dame, and he know it. So what he did was he got the option on that on the end. That's the player's option on that deal. So Giannis, he really is smart. He's saving himself up for another huge contract after this, and that's the long-term one. So that will ride him out throughout the rest of his career. So he was smart not to take that now, and that gives him flexibility that if he sees this thing going the wrong way, man, he out of there, bro. He can opt out and get out of there because he only signed a short-term extension. He didn't sign the full super max that he could have got.
Yeah, I think it's 4 years, and the last year is an op, so it's 3 years guaranteed.
For Giannis?
Yes,
it was a 3-year extension. No, it was a 3-year extension.
Well, here's the thing: he already was on it. He was on the book. He was on the books. He was on the books for 2. He was on the books for 3 more years. This year, next year, and the year after that was a player op. Well, you get rid of the player op. He signed a 3-year extension, so now that's 2 more years, and the last year is a player op. So he on the books for 4 years guaranteed. That's the way that.
No.
Okay.
This is last year on the deal, Chill. This is last year on his deal.
No, 26, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26 was the player op year.
No, that was the opt out though, Chill.
No, the player op years was let's see, we're in 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26 was the player option year. That was the op year. So we get rid of that year. The extension that he signed, which is 3 years, we put those 3 years on the 2 years that we already have, And that last year of this extension is a player op year. So we got 4 years of Giannis.
He got 2 more years left on the current deal.
He's got three. He's got 3, but the last year was a player op.
Oh, all right, I see.
All right, cool. Keeping it lit. Got a super chat, another super chat from MP13. He said, having an NBA player agree with you doesn't prove much since you really listen. Most of them have egregious takes.
How do you know they have egregious takes and you've never been out there on the field? That's like me telling the plumber he don't know what the hell he's talking about, and I ain't never plumbed a toilet that my goddamn gonna like. You think he has the most egregious takes?
I mean, if a plumber does a toilet, doesn't need to flush.
Hold on, I'm gonna say it again. You ain't never listen. I'm gonna say it again. You ain't never been in the field. So stuff that sounds normal to people who ain't never been in that is different when you actually get in the field and you see different things, because you understand these dudes ain't cut the same way. These dudes that's out there in the field, they cut different, bro. They cut from a different cloth, bro. It takes a certain type of beast and a certain type of person to do what LeBron James does. You know how much discipline it takes to get up every single morning, Ron? 37 years old, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and want to work out, want to stay in shape, want to eat right, want to be on the top of your game. Do you know how much discipline it takes for certain players in the league every single day just to do what they got to do to keep their bodies in shape, keep their bodies right, stay up in shape, bro? And then when you get on the court, you know what it takes mentally to be able to go through all of the abuse that you take, not only from the fans, not only in the streets, not only from your haters, not only on social media, all of this other stuff, bro. Bro, listen, man. Hey, anytime an NBA basketball player say so, whether I agree or disagree, bro, listen, I may disagree with you, but I still respect where your opinion coming from because you've been out in the field. I can't go tell nobody that plays soccer this, that, or the third because I ain't never been out in their field. I can't really tell them, hey, man, what you said is trash based off what I think. So to the dude who said it in the comments, man, whatever, bro. You got to get out there in the field. On some level, you have to be out there in the field to know what you talking about to a full extent. You can give broad commentary, but you can't really knock people who've been out there. That's like I said, that's like me knocking a soccer player and I ain't never been on a soccer field before. I've only watched it.
But Ticket, I mean, for you, your resume, your whole game, it speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that, that's true. A lot of the shit what you just said, that's 100% facts. You know what I'm saying? Like to have a basketball resume like what you did, even Rashad McCants or whatever, however you say his name, that's shit that most hoopers dream about. You know what I'm saying? So we not knocking that. But for him, for cats to say shit like $100 better than Kawhi Leonard, bro, like you don't got to play basketball to know that that's nonsense.
Not everything that you say because you played pro basketball.
It depends. Well, listen, I understand what you're saying, but you got.
I got one of my best friends. Hold on, Ticket. One of my best friends, in addition of Shaq, some of my best friends. My best friend played pro basketball. We argue all the time. One of my other best friends played pro basketball. My friend Roy Heston, he played 12 years in Europe, played in the Euro League. We argue basketball all the time. So not everything, but because you played pro basketball, just because you said it means that it's fact. No, that's not the way that works.
Listen to what I said. I didn't say that. I said that I'm not going to sit up here and tell them what they saying is bullshit like this dude in the comment section said. I'm not finna do that because they've been out in the field, Chill. One thing we always respect about each other, Chill. One thing we always respect about each other is when you've been in the field, I do have that level of respect for you. Whether I agree with you or not, he's coming in here saying, "Oh man, he's just talking rubbish." How is he talking rubbish? You don't know what the hell you don't know what the hell how he's thinking. Again, Chill. There's players that think if you go ask Dr. J, he doesn't even have Michael Jordan in his top 5. See what I'm saying? A lot of people think that's blasphemous. But he thinks the game from a different perspective. But he's played the game. So you don't hear people disrespecting him saying, oh, he ain't shit that's in the basketball realm. People who play ball, Chill, you don't hear them saying he's full of shit. You only hear people who didn't play say, oh, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's full of shit. Period. Right. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, dog?
And you got to respect where Dr. J came from with that, because Dr. J was born in 1950. You know what I'm saying? He's seen cats. He's seen cats way before Michael Jordan came around. I'm agreeing with you, Ticket. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. Like, that's, a lot of us, especially youngsters, you know what I'm saying? They'll hear text from an older player, and they just, oh, that's bullshit. You're hating on LeBron or whatever. But these is guys that grew up watching Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, so they're gonna have a different feeling as opposed to us. So I can respect from that standpoint. But for some of the shit, especially that Rashad McCants will say, or some of these guys will say, but I can't respect that. I don't give a damn how many buckets you get.
Hey, Rashad, you listen to this, Rashad? Hit Ron up. You can hop on the show.
hop on the show. I don't care. I'm still not going to agree with you.
Ron, you going to be muting Ox every time he gets to cooking? Is that what's going to happen?
You going to be doing like Lamont did me?
Yeah, just for sure. Just like Mars is gonna be muting you guys when he brings the guys from the chat and he's coaching in. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Eddie Wilson chimed in with a super chat on the topic, and I think he makes a valid point with this. He said, "Y'all see McCants and Gil said Iggy better than Kawhi. Y'all agree with this take? I think they talking about peak, not career. Either way, it's crazy."
I think Iggy was the man when he went to Philly, but he wasn't, in my opinion. He didn't reach the height that Kawhi reached, but Kawhi did it so short, bro. People don't respect that. That's why I'm saying to you, Chilltown. A lot of people, this stuff that they give Kawhi, they don't respect that, bro. He the only superstar, you know, they ain't got 11,000 points, I think, Chill. That's crazy. That you've been in the league all this time, bro. And you ain't even in all this because he don't play, Chill. So when you've missed 40 to 45% of your career, dudes that really be out there that's watching guys that's really been out here going through injuries playing, bro, they don't respect that, bro. And that's another reason why I think they try to discount Kawhi, because he everything he did was in minimal time. Meanwhile, you had dudes that was really out there playing 70, 75, 80 games. Dude missed 40% of his games with his career, bro. That's crazy.
So in your opinion, also, Ticket, does it like this? If you were a pro, does it depend on how good of a pro you are in order for your opinion to matter more, or is it just being a pro at all?
Bro, you respect some people for. Well, I'm just saying. No, what I'm saying is that. You've been in the field, bro. What I'm saying is, Bob, you know this. Chill, know this, bro. It's a when you play from high school and you go to college, it's a whole different terminology. When you go from college to your first pro pass practice, it's a whole different terminology. It's a whole different thing. You look at this thing, a whole different animal, bro. To go over to a different country and have to perform in a different environment, it's a whole different animal. To be in the NBA and have to go perform in front of all of these people on an every night basis, everybody's criticizing you, bro. You have to be a certain type of person to deal with that stuff. That's why I said, when I don't just look at now, I used to just like, bro, you would never see me say, hey man, he don't know, he ain't shit. What he's saying ain't shit. No, I'll say, look, I disagree with what he said, but I'm not gonna disrespect no dude that been out there that went through the same grind I went through, bro, because I know how it felt, and that shit wasn't easy, bro. That shit was not easy. So I can't. When everybody dog him for Rashad McCants really been through the grind. He went to the University of North Carolina. Didn't he win a national championship? Well, he was up there somewhere, I think. So I'm just saying. Right. So I'm saying you understand. And then he went to the league. So he's played against these guys. For him to say that, he's not the only one that's saying this type of stuff about Kawhi, bro. I'm just telling you, a lot of the players in Kawhi in the league and a lot of the OGs, they don't respect Kawhi Leonard because they feel like that this dude cheats the game, bro, with all the load managing and stuff, bro. They don't respect that, bro.
I would also think that some of the other players, especially players that battle injuries, or like guys like, for instance, like B. Roy, guys like that, they probably see where this dude is hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he just doesn't want to play basketball, bro. It's not that he doesn't want to play.
Hold on, B. Roy never cheated the game. When B. Roy knew he was hurt and couldn't give it all, Chill, what did B. Roy do, Chill Town? Hey man, I retired, man. I can't sit out here and take checks and haunt down on my team and haunt down on the league when I'm like this. Those dudes retired. Chill Town. When Greg Oden was effed up and couldn't get back, what did he do, Chill Town?
Quit.
Hung it up. Kawhi is still hanging around here, stealing checks. Going to play minimal amount of games and then try to come to the playoffs like a Blazer. And then everybody call him Dundada. No, man. You people don't respect that, bro. And I understand to an extent where old boy is coming from. Now, I don't think that he's better than Kawhi as a basketball player. I don't think that. But if you look at just saying like, I respect what he do more, or I'll put him on a higher level based off the respect of what he's done in his whole career, man, I understand that shit, man. That shit means something, bro. Bob, you know you had that feeling before. If you going through a training camp or you going through practices, Chill, and every day this motherfucker hurt sitting on the sideline while you in practice, y'all slaving every day. You see the same dudes copping out with bullshit injuries. Dude, you know what I'm talking about, Ron.
We didn't have that though. We didn't have that. I had to see my we didn't have that. If you didn't play, you wasn't around. It's that simple.
I had a teammate sitting down. I'm like, yo, what's up? You not playing? He like, man, I got the sniffles.
I'm trying to tell you, Bob.
I got the sniffles.
Yeah.
He could be nice. Bob, he could be nice. He'd be like, man, this nigga always pulling something like, come on, man.
He was called. He went to Old Dominion, played with what's his name, man? Old Dominion.
Who? Oh, your teammate. Okay.
Yeah. He went to Old Dominion. He was nice, but he was sitting
Right.
down talking about I got the sniffles.
Y'all know, man.
Hey, you gotta respect
Hey,
the
the
sniffles.
sniffles ain't nothing to play with, man. Oof,
For real.
Stuff.
I think that's why D Book sitting out tonight. He got the sniffles.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. It's about that time for everybody to give their finals predictions. I'm gonna go around the room. I want you guys to tell me who you got in the finals and who you think's gonna win. Cruiser, I'm gonna start with you because I've heard everybody else's and I want to hear yours first. Talk to us.
Man. Out of the East, I'm gonna go with the Boston Celtics coming out of the East, and the West. I want to say them, but I'm gonna ride with the Lakers, man.
Okay, and who wins that?
But
and then how many games?
listen, I want to say the Clippers, but I just don't.
You can't do it, Cruiser. I know you can't.
I know if they healthy. Listen, a healthy Kawhi Leonard, I'll ride with that dude, man.
We've been doing this shit for how long?
That's a scary dude.
Man, we've been doing this for so long.
I think the Lakers, man. For some reason, I don't know, man. I just big on the Lakers. They might ever prove me wrong, but I just like what they did.
Okay, and who you got winning that, and then how many games?
I'm gonna go Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6. Seems to be a common trend around here. All right, ZZ, talk to me, my friend. Who you got in the finals? ZZ, you muted.
No one gonna tell him he's muted. Okay, there we go.
Appreciate it, Mars. All biased aside, I'm gonna go Milwaukee and Denver. Out of the West, full biased aside, Golden State and maybe a Boston rematch for real. I've been seeing that and I've been thinking to myself, they got a shot too. But like I said, all bias aside, I think that Denver's got a legit shot to go back to the finals. I think Milwaukee, with the addition of Dayton, will be. I think that him and Giannis are going to complement each other's games pretty well. And yeah, so that's me.
So hold on, who did you choose to win though? Who you got to win?
If it's Denver and Milwaukee, I'm gonna go Milwaukee in 7.
Milwaukee in 7. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Giannis, the best player in the world again. Nice.
Damo, who you rocking with? Who's making it to the finals and who's winning? And then how many games?
Out of the West, I'm not putting my bias aside. The LA Lakers are making it to the finals, and they're going against the Boston Celtics, and it is going to be Lakers in 7. It'll be tough, grinded out series to determine who has the most rings all time. For the all-time leader of rings, it's going to come down to the most winningest franchises because winners win at the end of the day. That is my completely biased prediction of the winner. Now, if I'm being unbiased, I would say Phoenix. I would say Phoenix and the Bucks. That would be my pick for unbiased. Me not caring about legacy or anything else that I actually care about, just strictly thinking basketball. Phoenix and the Bucks, and I'm going to take again the better conference, which is the Western Conference. I'm going to take Phoenix in 7 as well. Giannis versus KD. People say I've heard this question that legacies aren't on the line. They don't know niggas like me because I promise you, people's legacies are on the line. Giannis don't make it to the finals, there will be a conversation had. I'm sorry. Not just about Dame. A lot of people assume if the Bucks lose, I'm just slandering Dame. No, my friend. I was ready to have these Russell Westbrook conversations about Giannis before he won his ring. That year, I said he better do it, or he's in that same. He's Giannis. He's a 7-foot Giannis. I was prepared to call him that. I'm hard.
Hey, Damo. Hey, listen, y'all. I want to say this.
Who is 7-foot Giannis?
I'm sorry.
He's
a 7-foot.
Giannis is a 7-foot.
Giannis is a 7-foot.
Okay, all right. I'm with you now. Okay.
Hey, Damo. I don't take your hate, Damo, as really hate, Damo. To be honest, I'm gonna tell you why I don't. Like we use that term hate, but it ain't really hate if you think about it.
Shit, I do. The hell you talking about?
He uses the term hate.
Ticket.
Wait, talking about your that nigga's a hater. Period. Damo, I ain't just talking about me. I'm talking about in every aspect of life, Damo's a hater, bro. Every aspect, bro. I think Damo wake up and hate himself.
Go ahead, Cruz. Just listen what I'm about to say. I don't think it's really hate. I don't think nobody on earth really hate. I'm gonna tell you what it is. We call it hate. This is what it is. If you don't like a guy, hate is just telling the truth of a person. If you don't like a guy, you're gonna tell the truth about their deficiencies. if you like a guy, you're not gonna the people going against the person you like is exposing what that person deficiency. It's not hate. You really telling the truth. Yeah. If you like a guy, you're gonna say they hate on the guy. Russell Westbrook? Huh?
You think he's telling the truth about Russell Westbrook?
Don't answer that question.
You think? Hold on. You think that whole time?
Don't answer that question,
Cruiser. Do you think Damo's telling the truth about Russell Westbrook?
Do not engage, Cruiser.
Don't do it, bro.
Hold on. Hold on. I want to hear this answer. Do you?
Ticket.
I'm asking yes or no answer. Do you think he's telling the truth about Russell Westbrook?
Ticket. I don't think Damo hate Russell Westbrook.
No, I ain't asked you that. I asked you, do you think he's telling the truth about Russell Westbrook?
Yes, he does. No, I don't think.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Do you think Damo tell the truth about Darvin Ham being a terrorist, even though he's in the Western Conference Finals his first year as a coach?
Nah, that's crazy. I genuinely tell the truth about Darvin. He
think he's been a terrorist.
No, I'm asking you. Cruiser, I'm asking you. So you already said you don't think he's telling the truth about Russell Westbrook. So then that just went against what you said when you say he thinks he's telling the truth. Because you just said you don't think he's telling the truth. So I ask you again, do you think he's telling the truth about Darvin Ham being a terrorist when the man was in the Western Conference Finals in year one?
Ticket. I don't think Darvin Ham's a terrorist, but I believe Damo thinks he's a terrorist. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe he's a terrorist, but I believe Damo thinks that. He's a terrorist.
So that's
if I lie about Westbrook, ask me a question about Westbrook. I can only answer honestly. Ask me a question.
Hey, Damo, man. Damo, you are the greatest hater that I have ever seen in mankind.
Ask me any question. I will be honest. Ask me any question about Westbrook. I'll be honest.
Man, I'm just saying, Dumbo. I have never seen a dude hate as much. I still cannot get over the fact Darvin Ham can literally go to the NBA Finals this year, go to Game 7 and lose because LeBron sprained his ankle, and this fool come on here talking about Darvin Ham's a terrorist, man. I'm telling y'all this. What? I'm telling y'all this.
Well, Damo is a self-proclaimed hater. He said that. That's not like this is new.
Thank you. So, Cruiser, you wrong right there. He is a self-proclaimed hater.
He said that already.
Yo, we got to get back to these championship predictions, though. That was the dub segue into Damo's levels of hate. Ticket just basically called you the GOAT. Like you the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of haters.
Hey, Ron.
Of all time, that nigga lead the hate league in every statistical category there is. Hating on Russ, hating on Darvin Ham.
Is that the only league?
Hey, listen, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You get on Damo bad side, Damo will bury your ass, nigga. Straight up.
Ron, hey, Ticket. We know that Ron. We know that Damo say he's a hater, but he also always clarifies that and say if I'm not being a hater, he sees the good side, but he just want to be a contrarian by the guy. That's it.
That's a hater.
No,
I don't think it's a hater. Personally, I don't think it's a hater.
Cruiser. If I see Cruiser, if I see the good side of you,
how can you say you're a hater, but then say you don't think you're being a hater?
I don't. First of all, I say personally, I dub myself a hater to make it easy on everybody else because they just don't want to hear the truth and they just dub the truth hate regardless. So I just go ahead and call myself a self-proclaimed hater to save y'all the trouble and the drama. Listen, if a guy is sitting up here trying to talk everything like it's fact, but you think he's hating, you're going to dismiss what he's saying. But if I come to you and I say, listen, I know I'm a hater and I'm hating right now, and then tell you the truth, you know what you're going to say? Well, he said he's a hater. And you know what? I low-key do agree with that. That was a terrible pass to the popcorn.
Damo is such a hater. I know what his next hate is going to be. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell everybody watching this video right now what his next hate is going to be. If the Lakers lose tonight, Damo's going to come in here tomorrow, Ron, and rip Darvin Ham to shreds for having a 3-guard lineup with Taurean Prince. That is his next hate. That is his next hate coming up.
Now watch this. Hey, now watch this. I'm telling people this the night before. I'm telling you what's going to happen. The only way I come on PC tomorrow and call Darvin Ham a terrorist is if guys are being pulled out during pivotal runs, as in we're losing, we're down by 11, we go on a 7-0 run, and now magically we're taking out one of the 2 components that led to that 7-0 run, and he puts in someone playing like a terrorist. B, we run a 3-guard lineup, and one of the 3 guards is guarding a 6'11" small forward, and he's cooking us. Or C, there is literally no adjustments being made, and we're getting torched because no one's making adjustments. That's the only way I'm gonna call him a terrorist. There's no way if none of those three things happen, I can't call him a terrorist. Those are the only things I criticize him of. That's all my criticism is of Darvin Ham. Now, if he does everything right, like I think he should, because this job, I swear it's not a hard job. Rob Pelinka made it so easy for him. It's not a hard job. If he goes out there and does the right thing, there's nothing to hate on. But if he goes out there and does that, and that leads to us losing, on top of players playing like terrorists, which I'm going to acknowledge, how am I a hater?
All right, fellas, we got to move on. I got to get everybody else's championship predictions. So I got Cruiser, I got ZZ, I got Demo. Mars, talk to me.
Okay, biasedly, since we're doing the two, biased.
The bias and unbiased is nuts.
Yeah. Bias, I got
this fool better not say Houston, bro. You say Houston, I'm coming through that screen.
My coach has a 100% success rate of making the finals.
Oh, Jesus have mercy, man. Somebody get this boy.
I'm gonna say Houston versus
Ron.
Milwaukee. I'll give Milwaukee the finals appearance. Houston in 4. And then bias aside, I still got Milwaukee. And I got Houston, but I got Houston in 7. No, I got Phoenix versus Milwaukee. Phoenix in 6. I'm pushing Kevin Durant to win the title until he's out of the league, because I'm getting tired of the narrative that all of a sudden the Golden State years don't count and he got carried or whatever the case may be, because that's not what was being said when it was actually unfolding. So I'm gonna push KD to win the title for as long as he's on a contending team, and right now he's on a contending team. So I have Phoenix coming out the West and winning the championship.
All right, there you have it. Mars got Phoenix in 6. Ox, talk to us. Let us know how the Kings will weasel their way into the championship.
I'm not gonna do the bias and unbiased. I'm just gonna get my pick, and you already know what my pick is. So no bias, none of that shit. Out the West, I got the Sacramento. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But for real, I do want to say that me and Damo are gonna have so much fun ripping Giannis and Dame to shreds after they lose in the second round.
That can't happen, yo. That cannot.
After they lose in that second round, I'm talking about the chat's gonna be like, "Here go Bob and Damo hating ass." These
hey, for real. Hey, chill. Say what you want. I'm gone for the week.
That can't happen.
Yo,
I'm not here.
He not going nowhere, because just last year I told him what's going to happen with the Sixers. He said if that happens, I'm off the Sixers.
Well, the Sixers weren't necessarily my team. I'm a Bucks fan. But I like the Sixers, but I'm a Bucks fan.
Yeah, well, look, when they lose in the second round, Ron, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
My phone off,
because I'm gonna send somebody to come get you. But yeah. I got Boston coming out the East, and I got the Suns coming out the West. And it was Boston in 6 before the acquisition of Drew Holiday. Now it's Boston in 5. So,
damn.
All right, cool. Chill Town, talk to us, man. Who making it to the finals?
I think the class of the Western Conference is the Denver Nuggets. Their core has been together for as long as they've been together. I think they come out the West. I think the Boston Celtics are the NBA champs this year.
How many games you got the Celtics in?
I think that they served Denver in 5 games.
Serve them.
I think they served
Jason Tatum, the best player in the world. Nice.
First off, stopping Jokic. I like it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Mons.
Probably not stopping Jokic.
Not the championship ain't enough. The championship is not enough. If he wins the league MVP, like I think he's going to win the league MVP, and they win the NBA championship, I think it's a real conversation. I think the conversation gets louder. I do.
You think he beats the inconsistency allegations?
I think the conversation gets louder.
Do you think that in order to beat Denver, you have to stop Jokic? Because if that's the case, then the Nuggets are winning another one. Because nobody's going to stop Jokic.
I wouldn't say you have to stop him. You would just have to figure out a way to contain him.
Slow him down.
Slowing him down. While at the same time factoring in, if you have somebody that can stop Jamal Murray or contain MPJ's, shooting stretches and things of that nature, then that's what it is. Or you have to have somebody that, if Jokic is going to cook, you need somebody that's going to cook right alongside with him from your squad. So that way it at least balances it out. So if Jason Tatum can go out there and average 29 a game in the final series against Nikola Jokic, then they might have a shot. Also, if Jaylen Brown develops a left hand at some point in this season, that would be very beneficial for the squad. But yeah, I think Jaylen Brown.
I don't think the left hand is that big of a deal if we just dumb it down. I don't think it's that big a deal. Like a lot of people looking at his left hand, don't get me wrong, I'm on record saying that his handle look average. And for a dude that's an elite player, his handle look average. But I don't think that his left hand has to be like super sharp. I just think he need to dumb it down. That's number one. Number two, why when I talk about Jason Tatum is what I'm saying ridiculous. 2 years ago, when Jason Tatum wasn't on the radar, when I said in 2 years, we're going to have a conversation about this dude being the league MVP and being better than Luka. Turns out 2 years later, he finished in the top 5 in league MVP votes. They went to the NBA Finals. He's had a career year last year, and he's gotten better. So why is it ridiculous for me to think that this year he could be the league MVP, considering 2 years ago what he's done up until this point, and they could win the NBA championship? Why is it ridiculous for me to
I don't think it's ridiculous.
He can be the league MVP. He just won't be better than Giannis or Jokic or basketball.
And again, Mars, you and I have had this conversation before that I know where you at with at basketball, but I think that for him to win the league MVP, for them to win the NBA championship, and for him to win the finals MVP, I think the conversation gets louder. I do.
I feel that.
I'm gonna be.
I'll have it on mute, so that's fine. I'll have it on mute.
I'll be 100% honest. The Nuggets shouldn't even have been in the finals last year. There's
Why
no
not?
way they replicate. There's no way they replicate what they did against the Lakers and just start hitting prayers that they were hitting. Let's be real. God wanted them to be in the finals last year, and that's the only reason they're in the finals. Let's just be honest. It was
Let
like
the media cartel.
it was like the
media
Angels in the
cartel.
outfield type of situation. Jokic is throwing up prayers off 1 foot step backs. I'm not trying to hear this. AD played the best defense you could possibly play, and Jokic is literally when you have a guy of AD's caliber of defense, like pulling the Austin Rivers, like. Well, what do you want me to do? That's how you know it's divine intervention. Can
we say the same thing about Anthony Davis in 2020 when he's 80% in the mid range or something like that? And
that's how you over play.
That's different. That's different.
Just saying, Mars. I mean, can't we say the same thing about why is it different?
Because that was a fake shooting year, and there were a ton of people shooting. A lot of people. Hey, man, TJ Warren like an all-star in the bubble, man. Everybody was hitting shots. So it wasn't just AD. That's the difference. It was a way larger sample size of a lot of other people shooting a lot better than they usually do for the bubble year. Now that nobody else, no other team in the playoffs were hitting shots the way the Nuggets were hitting shots in the Western Conference Finals. It's just from both Jamal Murray and Jokic. Both their best players were just hitting 2K sliders all the way up shots.
But wait,
they're just the best players in the league.
But Damo having AD
before nor after that, like those shots, and you expect me to believe that they're just like that? Fuck out of here.
But Damo having AD,
they didn't even do it in the finals. I didn't see Jokic take a shot like that in the finals.
They didn't need to. They didn't need to, though, Damo. That's what I'm saying, though, Damo. They didn't need to, and that's kind of like what I was asking Zizi, because y'all got Anthony Davis, and I think he's the most equipped player in the league to match up with Jokic.
I agree.
If he can't slow Jokic down,
nobody can.
And so I'm saying if you have to slow Jokic down to win, you're just not gonna win. And that's what I was about to say, Zizi. If you could come up with a scheme to stop that, man, you need to be on somebody's bench because it's pretty much impossible.
I know
for a fact
to stop Jokic. Like, I don't know why we have
Talk to me, Mars. Don't give
up that recipe for free, Mars. Don't give up that recipe for free because they listening.
I know there's a chicken bone.
Houston, hire me. I got you.
Who you got tonight? Ticket ain't
But
giving.
they don't got the personnel though.
We got the personnel. Jabari Smith is like that.
Okay.
Hey, Cruiser's on to something. Ticket. We still haven't heard your finals prediction. Now would be the perfect time to do it before the show ends.
He asked me what I had tonight. Or tonight.
Who coming out the East, Ticket, this year? Who coming out the East?
I thought you asked me who I had tonight. Okay, let me see. Out the East, man, y'all know I got Milwaukee coming out the East. I think Giannis going to carry Dame.
Big bucks.
Coming out the East. I think Giannis going to carry Dame coming out the East. And then in the West, I see the Phoenix Suns losing in the second round in a disappointing series against a team like the Clippers or somebody in a rematch. Also, I see Denver going home early in the playoffs. I see them getting back to the finals. I think that Denver losing Doodoo Brown and them losing
Jeff Green and them, that's gonna kick them in their ass this year.
Yeah,
I think that Bruce Brown was so big for them, and I think that the role he played was so major for them. How he took out D'Lo at that series, his energy, his ability. I just think he's a level above Christian Brown. So I think he's a whole level above him, and I don't think Christian Brown can replicate what Doodoo Brown did the whole time through the playoffs and for that team. I think that aspect, and I don't think KCP is good enough to step up and do it at that level that Doodoo Brown assisted him in doing it. I think that is what's going to be the downfall of the Denver Nuggets. Now
Ticket, real quick, Ticket. Now you talking about is it disappointing? Like disappointing, or like boo, that kind of disappointing?
Nah, I think they go out like in six games in the second round. I just think they go out like just go out. I just don't see it, man. And listen, unless you're telling me, and I think that Jamal Murray is going to dance. I think that if this year has to be a Jamal Murray year. And I think Jamal Murray is going to cook the Lakers tonight. I think this might probably be a 40-point game for Jamal Murray tonight. I think he puts the Lakers on ice tonight. You know what I'm saying? Right off the bat. Because I told you guys, I think Jamal Murray is going to show everybody in the league that he's a superstar. This is the year we're saying, okay, he's a superstar. That's what I'm saying. And so, but in the finals, the Bucks coming out the East and cruising. I got the LA strippers coming out the West. I think this is the year. All the years that we've down these guys and bashed these guys for not being healthy, I think that one year that everybody pretty much is throwing them out is the year these fools get through and get it done. And I say that because here's why I say that. And y'all gonna come back to this at the end of the season. Nigga, I seen Kawhi Leonard available in preseason games. Once I seen that, he was available in back-to-back preseason games. They on business, bro. They on business. I can't tell you the time I remember seeing Kawhi Leonard play 2 preseason games back-to-back, bro. I can't remember. It has been years, but probably been almost damn near a decade since Kawhi Leonard played preseason games back-to-back. That's how I know they take it serious. And I think that Tyronn Lewis, I think they've got a fire lit under them that they didn't get their contract extension. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't get their money. You guys got to take all this to the thing too. This is where we're going to see where the cap is real. Well, I tell y'all, these dudes in the league be capping, bro, faking injuries and stuff like that. Because now when your money's on the wood, now when you really got to play to earn your extension to get your contract, them niggas going to be out there on the court. Kawhi and them going to be out there. That's the best thing that Steve Ballmer did was not pay him and Paul George. That is the best thing he did is not pay them fools. Because now they got to go out there. They got to play. Because guess what? If they come up this small this year and don't get it done, now guess what happens? Now you just been exposed and the whole thing gets blown up.
Hey,
and ain't nobody else.
Ticket, them niggas got to stand on their nuts.
Hey, Ticket, I got
to baby nuts this year, bro. Hey, listen, I think Phoenix is easy work for them. I think Phoenix is easy work for them. I think the Nuggets, I think the Nuggets is easy work for them. I think that Terrence Mann just got hurt too. He's out for the Blazers versus the Blazers game. He hurt his ankle. How are these fools getting hurt already? But anyways, I think the Nuggets is easy work for them. I think they beat the Nuggets in 6. I think they beat Phoenix in 5 or 6. I think that the Lakers, they got their number. They may beat the Lakers in 5 games. The Lakers just can't beat them. That's a bad matchup. I think the Clippers got everybody in the West's number. A series that would be tough for them, in my opinion, would be Sacramento. That would be like a 6-7 game series, in my opinion, because the matchups. I like those matchups in that series. That series and one other series, but I got the Clippers coming to the West and in the NBA Finals. They lose to Milwaukee in 7 games in Milwaukee. I think Giannis carries Dame and overpowers the entire NBA and reasserts his dominance on the league. I think he's going to want to get back to Kawhi for what happened years ago when Kawhi walked him down and stumped him out.
Damn.
Ticket, listen, I understand your Milwaukee pick, and that's your pick. I know you're rocking with Giannis, your guy. But Ticket, you ain't you ain't worried about the perimeter, like far as that Drew Holiday is gonna show up to me in the playoffs.
What you mean? You talking about the East?
No. I think Milwaukee gonna dominate in the.
No. I didn't say that. Hold on. I didn't say this part. They're gonna make a move. Like Chilton said, they're gonna make a move. I got them making a big move in the season. They are gonna make a move. Milwaukee will make a move. And the only way they don't make a move is if they destroying everything moving. If they're destroying everything moving, then I really got a point. So I mean, either way, they're gonna make a move. If they don't make a move, that means everything moving is getting destroyed during the regular season.
But I think that since this is one thing you forgot though. I think that since Giannis was disrespected last year, Chitchat, remember what I'm talking about. He wasn't put on that defensive team. He was disrespected last year with that. He's going to come back with a chip on his shoulder this year about that, and about the fact that how they lost last year and he was hurt how they lost in that first round. That's going to be a bad taste in his mouth. I think Giannis is going to have an all-time season. I think he wins the MVP this year, and I think he wins the NBA championship again this year. I think the big fella over in San Antonio, the rookie, wins the Defensive Player of the Year award this year. And I think that the NBA Finals is the LA Strippers and those guys. And I'm going to tell you again, you will see Kawhi Leonard and Paul George play the most games that they have played in their career since early in his career this season. I'll see Kawhi around 70 games this year.
Ticket. So I have the Suns and I have the Bucks. I have the Bucks winning in 6. But I'm still fond of the Clippers, and I'm as high as the Clippers as you. My thing is it's hard to get over what's happened the past couple years and just their health and all of that good stuff. But obviously, if we're playing the if healthy game, I think the Clippers match up the best, like around the board. If you say who matches up the best with every single team, it's the Clippers. I think it's them hands down. So like
I think Ron, I think them niggas be faking injuries, and I think now that they got to play because their money's on the line. And because of games, I think now you're going to see them play. Bro, think about this. All them games they missed, if this season the rules change, they come out here, they didn't get their money. Now they start playing all these games. What you going to think, Ron? What you going to think? You just going to think they just all of a sudden got lucky? No, Ron. Follow the money.
I feel you. I'm just so tired of picking the Clippers. I keep picking the Clippers. They keep letting me down. I'm just tired of them breaking my damn heart. My itty bitty achy breaky heart.
You
know
we
know I'm tired of it.
We know who they are.
Me, they killing me with this shit.
All right, so I got a couple more super chats, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
We know who AD is too. You know who AD is too, Chill Time. You remember that?
Yeah, we do know who he is. NBA champion. Yes, we do. All-league defender. First team all-league performer. We do know who he is. Absolutely.
Christopher D sent through a super chat and said, to Mars' point, I agree on the KD take. When KD was on that team, he was considered the best player on that team. Klay is on record during the 2019 playoffs saying he was the best player, better than Steph.
Salute to Klay Thompson.
Steph won in 2022, and all of a sudden, Steph was always better.
Hey, you can change your mind. Mars may have 3 women. He may think his first wife was the best one. By the time he get to his third wife, he may say, damn, she was better than all of them.
No, saying because of something that happened 5 years later, that what happened 5 years before is now different doesn't make sense.
Well, you could. I hear the point Ticket saying with that, because you could have valued things differently from what.
Hey, Ron, I got to bounce, yo.
All right, chill.
Yes, sir.
They do value that stuff
tomorrow.
All right,
for this case, I agree with you there.
It's not like
but
they
the
think
argument
Steph changed as a player.
Yeah,
They don't. They just think Steph won all of a sudden he was always better. Like
I do it. Yeah. That's where I disagree. But I hear the point when we talk about the women. Our mindset changes every 7 years, so it happens.
All right, y'all. Super chat from Booty Shorts. Booty Shorts said, "How the Suns going to come out the West, but they can't come out healthy the first game?
Because the first game isn't the Western Conference playoffs.
Doesn't matter.
Genius.
Shout out to Booty Shorts. Pimp named Slickback said, oh boy, here comes the biased Laker fans.
Yeah, the bias needs to stop.
Damn, Ron, 30? Jesus.
Your Highness, I'm 30 years old. Your Highness Charles said, laughing my ass off. Basketball experts think the Nuggets lose in round 1.
No, they come out of round 1.
I didn't say round 1. I said they going out early in the playoffs in the second round.
Janet Jackass. Jay Renrick with the super chat said, just because someone played at a high level doesn't mean they have a high level basketball IQ.
But they have experience.
You ain't never played, so how you know that? How do you know what a high level IQ is if you ain't never played? Yeah, you ain't never played no high level. How the fuck you know what a high level IQ is? I'm just saying, Ron. Ron, that's like a broke nigga talking about. That's like a broke nigga talking about rich nigga problems. If you ain't never been rich, how the fuck you gonna talk about what a rich nigga can do? You ain't never been rich. Nigga, you always been broke.
That's a fair point. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
That's a fact.
I mean, pocket
You know what I'm saying, Dub? That's like me coming right now telling Dub. That's like me right now coming telling Dub something about wrestling. I don't know a goddamn thing about wrestling. I can sit up here and watch the TV and say, hey, I analyze this, analyze that. But Dub, him being out there in the field, he knows stuff we don't know.
Like how to contort your body when you feel a little bit of pressure on the upper body. They just don't know how to do that, bro. They don't understand what that feel.
Hey, Doug, my son just signed up for wrestling just today, actually, but I'm gonna need some pointers, bro, because I don't know shit about.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shoot me. Yeah, bro. I'll help you out, bro.
We got to get up out of here. But coming on next is none other than the good fellas over at Open Court. Y'all go check them out. And then we got a loaded day today. We got a Lakerland / Gold-Blooded collab show. Y'all be sure to go tap in with them. What else we got today? What else we got on the docket? We also got it's Fluent's top 10. You seen Fluent came on the show. We did a draft earlier. Fluent's gonna be here. We got the Cowboys Nation show a little later today. Y'all stay tapped in, and we will be back. Promise you. Same time tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace out.